Welcome to the Vault Excel. Thank you for joining me. Hope you all are well. Happy Saturday to the viewing audience. Welcome new subs, old members. Thank you so much for your time. Well, an end has come. Miss Allie Harris has passed away, from my understanding, what I've gathered. And I'm here to listen to your commentary pertaining to the passing of Allison Harris, Allison Mulani Harris. Thank you for joining me. I'm trying to decompress. Lord knows it's so hard. It's hard being the queen. Let me tell you. Hello, Carol, Kate, you, Miss Justice, Random, Commenter, Cats, Hodge, Podgery. Hello, Jade. Thank you so much for joining me. Well, I think we knew this day would come at some point. Didn't know the exact day, time. But from my understanding, she has passed. I'm gathering this from the social media post that was uploaded a few days ago by, I believe, the daughter, True. And as I said before, a lot of negative commentary was exacted upon that Facebook account by Miss Allison, which is unnecessary. And that's the one thing that I do not condone is going on to people's Facebook pages and putting derogatory things on their page. Especially if you don't know them. You may have an opinion of them or what you've seen in her, but nonetheless, it's not the appropriate thing to do, no matter what you think about the storyline, things pertaining to the son. That's not the place for that. Doesn't matter if you have questions or concerns, you want to call the law or whatever. Her Facebook page isn't for that because, one, she had no involvement. She has not been awake. She was in ICU. So you should exact your anger somewhere else. She was not the person to exact the anger for the situations that, the accusations against the son. Thank you for joining me. Yes, it's very saddening because I've seen this in so many true crime cases that I've covered since coming to YouTube. People get angry at the parents and they have an open Facebook page and they go off on them about a child or a situation or circumstance. It's just not right to comment. It's not the place. It's just not the place. And anybody with sense will close the page. That was mentioned on the page to close it, and they still kept it up, and it's still up, Miss Allison's Facebook page. And I've read through all the comments on the page, and there were some very interesting things put on the page as of late. And it's hard to try to commemorate a human being when you know so little about them, and what you know may be considered negative from assertions, of course. Once again, most of us do not know her. We don't know her children. We just know, what has played out through social media. And that's still not knowing a person, but you ascertain the persons as you see fit. Hello, everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining me. Well, it's time to move on from all of that. That would be the best thing. My title could have just been that, Allie passing, But I put that up there again about the peace because will there be peace? I can't even see that it will be. Maybe somewhere down the line, but possibly not now. Just from what I was reading on the Facebook page today before coming live, still finger pointing, still you did this. And you would think, okay, everybody's been accusing this one and this one of all this alleged nefarious deeds. And now you've got the girlfriend's mother writing a long-winded Dear Jane letter on the page. And that's the thing about aversion It's just that, a version. I don't know her. I don't know what to say. It's the truth about what she's saying. See, that's the whole point of this Allison business, H business, all the other people that jumped on to give their assertion of this, this, and this. Excuse me, something in my eye. You don't know what to believe. You don't know what to believe. Because now she's making allegations. This is no disrespect to the decedent, but I'm going to read what has been said. You're entitled to your opinion. And that's why I put that title up. Will there be peace now? As I'm saying, I doubt it. If peace comes, it'll be somewhere way, way, way down the road. Way down the road. So I'm going to say this to these people before I read the post. Did it ever occur to any of you who have been mentioned in the past couple of days on social media, those of you who have gone to YouTube channels to speak about whatever, did it ever occur to any of you to confer with somebody else before speaking on YouTube and putting up cash apps and so on and so forth? Did it just ever occur to anybody? Maybe I better go tell this person what I'm doing. The minor child, did you ever talk to your grandmother, your sister about what you were going to do? Did you talk to your girlfriend's mother about what you're going to do, boy H? Grandmother, did you ask these kids what they were going to do? Some people feel like possibly you are also behind the putting up of cash apps by the grandson. I don't know. I tried, and somebody was so worried about me. You're not remaining neutral. I can change my mind whenever I feel like it. Because first of all, I don't know these people, and I don't know who's doing what and who's in cahoots with whom about what. Everybody's got their opinion about who did what and why. They're all in it. They're all in it. You're entitled to your opinion. As I had said before, in the end, no matter who's doing the conspiring, non-conspiring, the woman has to be buried. That was my point. Because nobody's going to ever admit to having knowledge of, yes, I told him to put this up. Yes, I told him I'm going to go live. Yes, I'm. Now everybody's denying everything and pointing the fingers at one another. And this is how pathetic this situation has gotten. Thank you for joining me. Let's hold on a second. Let's roll with it. Thank you, cats. Well, I try to be. I have my bad moments. We're all human. Because like I said, people are not going to always agree with what you have to say about any type of commentary. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't know. I'm having a bad day. This glasses, hair, all this. Oh, all in my face. I don't know what's going on. Hold on a minute, guys. I can clean these glasses 1,000 times. It doesn't do any good. Me and glasses don't work well. I need contacts or something. I don't know. But I don't want to put anything in my eye. So that would be a problem too. I don't know why these glasses, they stay so nasty. They're disgusting. Sorry about that. Okay, let me get started. Because I know you all have more important things to do on a Saturday night. The original post was put up 4 days ago. And it's sharing of a memory, of course. And I'm assuming True put this post up because Allison would have been incapacitated, so she couldn't have put it up. I miss you so much, Mom. It's hard, but you will be in our heart. I promise. Uploaded 4 days ago, public post. 91 comments, 1 share. I'm going to scroll through all the other nonsense. Feel free to go to it and look at it if you want to. I'm not about to read all that trash. I don't have time for all that. I'm just going to go to the bottom where Nala Birds has spoken. And this is the girlfriend's mother of Boy H. This was posted, because it's a long post, two hours ago. Not one person was there for her walk to respect of life when it was time. Not one person was there when she went into the EMT from the start of all of this. Not one person was there to give the family rides in snow every day, feed them in the hospital every day. Not everyone came to visit her every single day while she was in the hospital in ICU. Not everyone was there for Allie's last breath. She held mine and Graham's hand, and I hugged her daughters during her last breath. During all this time, no one has been there to support the family emotionally and be there in person every day for them, but me, exclamation point. Allie took her last breath holding mine, her two daughters, and Graham's hand. I was there. No one else was. No damn GoFundMe should have been created, per Graham's words. Interesting. Cremation doesn't even cost that much from the funeral we are using. So let all that be known. I am her true friend from her last breath of life, holding her daughters and Grahams. We all were there. I tried to pick family members up who didn't want to be there for it. That was their choice. It was me that was there. Yes, long distance friend has called Grams. Thank you for that. So everyone needs to leave me alone about my son-in-law, H. He is in grieving and has support from me. And stay off this picture comments. Comments will be turned off today, and a lot of people will be blocked. We are grieving over her and don't need this crap. Thank you. And this is permission to post from everyone. This is the truth. Triple exclamation point. We all miss Allie, and it was hard to say goodbye to her yesterday. So please, everyone, let the family rest. Thank you. And stop with all the meanness. Thank you. Amber Lee replies to Nala Birds. Graham, True, Hunter, all wanted it. I didn't get it at first, but now that I read the post, reread, I'm assuming Amber is saying they all wanted what? The GoFundMe. I don't know, because she doesn't say it. She just says all wanted it. Nala Birds replies, Amber, so not true. I am with all of them right now, and they are all saying it was you that did it, not them. And you called Grams and told her you did one, and the funeral does not even cost that much for Allie. Had you called the funeral home like I did to help Grams, you would have known it didn't cost that much. Sorry, you can block me, but other people may see that me, True, Grams, and Hunter are all right here. And they said no one told you to do that. Uploaded 2 hours ago. Allison Harris replies to Nala Birds. This is one of the children responding. Hey, Mama Red, it's Bear. This is messed up. Like, y'all need to mind y'all's business. Because if you were my mom's true friend, you would have been there, but no one didn't want to come. And her own mother and sister didn't come. Interesting. But Red did, and all of us went, but I was there when she took her last breath. I was heartbroken. Nala Birds replies to Allison Harris's page. Yes, baby girl. It was such a sad moment for all of us. I'm so sorry that you have to go through all of this. I will always be there for you. We will do a balloon release for Allie with her favorite colors for you. Allison Harris replies back to Nala Birds. Thank you, but when? Nala Birds replies back to Allison Harris's page. Check your messages. Brandy Rail says to Nala Birds, can you let me know when you do that and what color so I can participate down here in Florida? Thanks. More replies. Nala Bird says to Brandy, yes, we were talking about that next Saturday, and I can have Bear call you so we can do it all together. Brandy Rail replies, sounds good, thank you. Nala Bird replies back to Brandy, all favorite colors are green and purple, so we were thinking those colors. Nala Bird replies again, you're welcome. Allison replies back to Nala Birds, I love you, Mama Red. Allison replies again. Mama Red, I love you always and forever. You are the best. Thank you for everything. I appreciate it. And Allison Harris replies again, okay. I'm assuming that was Bear or one of the children. What a mess. Still. So instead of making arrangements for a woman, printing up an obituary, I've looked at the Kingsport Times and Kingsport obituaries. I have not found an obituary for the late Miss Harris, former Mulani. You have all this 2 hours ago. This is a time when you all should be coming together. What I find interesting is that Miss Nala, you're claiming, I guess they call you Red. You're claiming who was there for Allie at the end and also at the beginning. You said, so much I can't keep up. Hold on. You're talking about who was there. You, her two daughters, and Grams. So I'm assuming that's the grandmother of Allison. You all held her hand. I was there. No one else was. No damn GoFundMe should have been created per Graham's words. So now you're speaking for the grandmother that she did not want to GoFundMe. So I guess you're saying to the public and then to Amber that you were told not to per the grandmother. The grandmother insisted no GoFundMe. But Amber basically saying in one sentence, you all wanted it. This Red person is saying, I'm her true friend from her last breath of life, holding her daughters in Grams. We all were there. I tried to pick family members up who didn't want to be there for it. That was their choice. So who are you speaking of? So I'm assuming H was there. I don't know. Who are you talking about? Who was not there? You have more relatives? She had more relatives in Kingsport? I don't know. Then you go on to tell her about blocking. People will be blocked, excuse me. You all are grieving. Because after that long post, Amber did reply, Graham, True, Hunter, all wanted it. And then that's when Nala replied, Amber, so not true. I am with all of them right now. And basically they're saying they did not tell you, Amber, to put up the GoFundMe. Saying had you called the funeral home like I did to help Grams, you would have known it didn't cost that much. Sorry, you can block me, but other people may see that me, True, Grams, and Hunter are all right here. And they said no. Well, Nala Burns, let me talk to you for just a second. We can't see anything. Okay? We can't see anything. See, that's the moral of the story. We've only seen what has been exhibited by the people who decided to immerse themselves in this debacle pertaining to a woman in ICU. We don't know who said what, who did what. We only know what one of you have decided to put out to the public. This is why I keep trying to tell people that everything's about a version. You either believe it or you don't believe it. Now we have everybody pointing the finger. A vicious cycle, and the woman hasn't even been put to rest properly yet. It starts with a little boy by the name of H. He goes to the father's YouTube channel to talk about Summer Wells and asks for help. He gets the donations, and then a firestorm starts. The father asks for help as well on his Cash App, but never makes it to the state of Tennessee. Then here comes the backstab. Amber, H, Nikki, and Chris go to YouTube to talk bad about Andrew. Then the backstab comes back around with Amber going to Andrew to talk about H. I'm assuming him not giving up any money for the cremation. Everybody following? Now we have, days later, Nala telling the world, Amber, you did this on your own, and H and True and Granny did not tell you or ask you to put up the GoFundMe. Is everybody following me? Now I'm going to say this, and I don't care who don't like it. Can you really wonder why H has problems? Or the daughter, or possibly the little one, Bear? Where are they all staying? I do not know. But if you have listened to anything that I just read from a Facebook post, there is no way you couldn't question why that boy don't got no damn problems. GoFundMe, no GoFundMe. Cash App, no Cash App. His name was ringing in gossip the moment Chris Madonna sat on that porch. And in the end, he's a child. And I'm going to keep saying that. Liar or not. All of you all should have been in cahoots with what you wanted to do with the grandmother. Because in the end, as I have said before, H is not an adult. How in the world did anybody think he was going to navigate funeral services? Would it have been the right thing for him to do to take whatever money he got, divide it up between him, his sisters, and give some to the grandmother for the services? Of course. But if he didn't do it, what you going to do? Shoot him? He's a child. That's why there should have been an understanding about everybody doing whatever. Going to social media, asking for money, however. Now everybody is pointing the finger at this one, this one, this one. Don't you see this is a vicious circle? An intricate web of nonsense. All at the expense of a sick lady who is now gone. And as I said before, no matter what you think of this one or that one, the lady still has to be buried. That's the bottom line. You can argue till you're blue in the face about cash apps. Okay? The woman has to be buried, cremated, a proper service, homegoing. The very reason why I never dwelled on the cash apps, because I said, let it play out, Queen. Because there is so much more to come. Just let it play out. That's what I did. Because I had to tell myself, what is missing from the story? Oh, boy H is a kid. And everybody's expecting him to do the right thing. Well, if he's been doing the wrong thing, as everybody has been pointing their finger at him, you really thought he was going to give up all his money, cash app, to bury his mother? You all should have known what time of day it was when he went on the live stream with Chris and Nikki and Amber. What did he tell you? I'm all right. I'm good. I got everything. The mother said he all right. He got everything. Like somebody in the chat said, she's over him allegedly. She is the guardian. So she bears responsibility too if you want to throw daggers at H. His mother is lying in the bed dying. So this woman was responsible for him, and she should have been the one to decide if he does the cash app. Stay woke. So easy to throw the point the finger at a 17-year-old. He has a legal guardian. Did you forget about that? He has a legal guardian. She should have said, if you all are so disgusted, why don't you say something to her? Hey, ma'am, I really don't think he should have been putting his cash app out there. You are his provider. The state should be paying you money if it's a legal state guardianship. Maybe she should have been the one asking for help for H. She's the guardian. Think about it. Why should a child be up on a panel asking for money? They're a child. I had to really assess this situation because I don't believe in arguing about stupid stuff. He's a kid. Like him, don't like him, liar, troublemaker, gangbanger, whatever. Somebody is over him. So in the end, when everybody gets off their high horse, assess the situation. How would that look from a state worker that you are supposed to be monitoring this boy and you're allowing him to get up on a panel with a person that don't even take care of him to put up a cash app? So you can flip this 1,000 ways. You're entitled to your opinion. But she was over this child. And if he has everything he needs, then he didn't need the cash app. But you don't hear nobody talking about that. She has removed herself from the responsibility for H. She's too busy wanting to run to Facebook to say, who did what, who didn't do what, I'm the friend. You repeated that at least 3 or 4 times. You held that that dying woman's hand. I got it. I was there. You wanted recognition. Well, you got it. And how about this? Since you're there, Nala Birds, why don't you pay for the cremation? Like I said, there'll be some that don't like my commentary. I'm cool with it. But deep down inside, you know I'm telling the truth. He's a minor, and that lady should have been over him, and she should have thought about how it would look if it ever got back to a social worker or whomever, that a child is on a YouTube platform that he's not supposed to be on. Say it again, Queen. He's a minor. He shouldn't even be on that person's network because he's a minor and the type of filth that's on that channel. You all better wake up. So while you're sitting here putting them posts in that damn Facebook page, you should have been watching H. And say, well, son, this may not be a good idea. Because you wouldn't want this getting back to the social worker. They might say, I'll put you up to it. Oh, did you say that, Angela? What you say, Angela? Say it again, Queen. Oops. It might get back to the social worker. And they might think, put you up to it. Exactly, Randall. Thank you, love. See, ain't nobody thinking. Everybody's getting so excited about the cash apps. I tell you all, you don't pay attention to the bigger picture. That's why I never said much about the cash apps, because my mind told me, reassess the situation. What is really going on? He's a minor. He's supposed to be monitored. And all in all, probably wasn't a good idea to put him up there, but he did it. But he also has a guardian. And they should have known how it would look with a child soliciting for money and the grandmother's allegedly supposed to be the one in charge. So now, Miss Nala Bird, since you know so much, and you are Allie's best friend, and also the caretaker of her child, we got questions for that. No disrespect to Allie, but as I told you all, you're not paying attention to the whole picture. Why don't you address why your son-in-law is sleeping in your house and screwing your daughter? Excuse me, Allie Harris. Checkmate. Did you miss that part, Miss Lady? That's why I kept telling you all, y'all ain't focusing on what is really going on. Put the Cash App to the side for just a second. You got a whole kid that you allegedly say is in the state's care. So that means the state is giving you money. Ding, ding, ding. Come on with it, Queen. Because somebody in the back is asleep. Did y'all miss that? You're his guardian. Allegedly. He's in the state's care. Allegedly. But he is having sex with your daughter. And that ain't allegedly. Now, why don't you discuss that on Facebook? So you want to talk about respect. I've been woke, Cookie. I've been woke. See, you slick. You standing back in the cut, watching everybody fall out with each other over a GoFundMe and a Cash App. But the real story is, why is Hunter in your care? Why was Hunter in somebody else's care? Nobody gonna talk about that. Why this Amber person was talking and backstab H to talk about what he been doing, ain't doing. My man had to get in his face and poke his head and all that. Well, what has he been doing? Did he steal the woman's money or not? And then we got to ask ourselves that. Come on with it, Queen. They ain't ready. If he stole Allie's money, allegedly, then why the hell would you want him in your house? I'll let it sit right there. Now come for me. I'll meet you at the gate. Because I'm not impressed with that ghetto fabulous shit you got going on in Kingsport. I'm from the Chi, baby. Chi meets New York. You got a boy staying in your house, cussing on his Facebook page, your daughter mouth filthy, pictures of him sitting with a gun in his lap, face ain't shown. How does that look, foster mother? So you done took the heat, put the heat on everybody else in the story. Pookie, Ray Ray, Bubba, Susie Mae. I'm clean. I'm Gucci. They can't touch me. I'm the foster mother. Or are you the pimp? I said that. Say that, baby. Right. Why is a child in your care and he's screwing your child? You think that's appropriate? So go put that on Facebook, ma'am. Go put on Facebook, you are fostering a child allegedly from the state. You get money for the state. You probably get food stamps for him. And he's sleeping with your baby. But we'll talk about that. So when we want to throw salt at Andrew, we want to throw salt at Allie, we want to throw salt at grandmama, this one that ain't doing a job. Let's put Nala Birds up there on the list too. Exactly. See, Queen recognized gang, baby. I've been on top of this dirt 52.5 years. And gang recognized gang. That's why I was telling you all, you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. You so worried about Andrew. You so worried about cash apps. I said, take a closer look at the picture. Come back and holler at the queen and tell me what you really see. When they said pimping ain't easy, they meant that. So where is Bear sleeping? Where is True sleeping? Because let one person tell it, it was True, Marquise, and Allie staying in an apartment. H is way over here on 15th Street with you, I guess. Well, where was the little girl Bear staying? What is going on? So let me count it. I believe you got 5 children. Do you not? I stand corrected if it's 4. So let's say you have 5 children that you take care of. Plus yourself, that's 6. Boy H is 7. Where is True and the other child fitting into that? That would be 9. God forbid you laying up with a man, that would make 10. Now, I'm the YouTuber that brings it real. Because all of the other YouTubers be talking that nonsense. They don't get down in the belly of the beast and bring it out. Thank you. You got to pay attention to the details. Boy H is going to fall by the wayside because there is no leadership. And you got this heifer running to Facebook telling people don't comment on the page, don't say this. I'm all for that because it's inappropriate, yes. But you bear responsibility as well because what you're doing is leading that boy down a slippery slope by having him in your house and he's having sex with your daughter. And I don't know how old she is, but the rumor is she's pregnant. Let's go there. What the hell you talking about? You a best friend to Allie. I'm holding her hand. We were right here. You sound like you want to be Martin Luther the King Jr. Part 2. Well, he dead. See, you were tooting your own horn right then. Bragging. I was there. I was holding her hand. Okay. And who holding your little girl hand? That shouldn't be sleeping in your house, having sex with your child. So how are you a good friend to Allie? But see, that all falls on a lady who's now dead. Can't go back. I wouldn't allow that. I don't care if we were friends or not. From New York, Toledo, Ohio. My child don't need to be living in no house with no woman who already got a bunch of kids and my son like her daughter. That is wrong. And that's the message you are sending to those children, that it's okay to be having sexual relations and they are not married. And the fact that you, come on with it, Queen, because ain't nobody ready for this. The fact that you are so good friends with Allie and possibly grew up with her, if you did, how inappropriate is that for the two kids to be having sex when they could be considered like brothers and sisters? I'll let you sit on that. Did you grow up with her? Like Amber said, she grew up with Allie. Because if you grew up with her, it don't even look right your child dating her child. Maybe when they got a little older, but not now. It's a bad look. Sometimes it's best to keep things copacetic. Keep everything friendly. Friends only, ma'am. See, we're never going to know the truth about who put whom up to GoFundMe's, who Boy H talked to about the Cash App, if he gave you money from the Cash App. I can see him giving you money because you got a lot of people in your house, unless your children are being raised by somebody else. So maybe we should ask that question. Do you have all of your children, ma'am? Now, one post says a social worker never talked to Andrew. That's all made up. I don't stay on his network to hear conversations. I don't know what's the truth. But I find it funny, all this tattletelling on a boy. Ain't nobody looking at the bigger picture of an inappropriate behavior of him sleeping in his house with this woman and her child, and he's sleeping with her child. Y'all left that part out in your conversations with the social worker, allegedly. See, if you're going to talk about something, be about it. All this gangster wannabe talk, y'all are full of fluff. And if he is gangbanging or want to be a gangbanger, why do you want that in your house? That's why I know there's something wrong with you. Thank you, baby. That's why I know there's something wrong with you. Because you're dancing around the subject. You're dancing around a troubled kid. And you're condoning his behavior. The Facebook page tells it all. Your daughters and his. You don't give a fuck about your kid, and you don't give a fuck about H. And that child thanking you, well, she don't know no better. Because you lead by example. So they love you for now. Let's see if everybody love you later. When your bills start getting high, don't know what you pay where you live. If you're water free, you're gas free, or you're just running off electric free water, hope that's what you got going on. Hope you ain't in no house where you got to pay water, lights, gas, rent, because all them folks in your house, it's sure going to be a hell of a winter bill up until spring. Grocery bill, toilet paper, toiletries, dishwashing liquid, detergent. Need a little extra money for myself. And ain't nobody in the house working but you. Ridiculous. Hey, sweet tea. Hey, everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining me. Let's read some of these comments. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Randall. H probably got abandonment issues. Of course he does. A homeless lady she is friends with, a funeral home owner, got a free cremation for Allie when she went to the hospital to tell the family. They called the law on her. What a shame. Well, Elaine, we're not going to get into that because allegedly they said the lady was bothering them if you're talking about that easy bake oven. So we will. Oh, you said a homeless lady. So I don't know what's going on. And she'll be paying everything for them. It's crazy. Yes, bail money if he keeps going down the path he's on. It seems like since C happened, a lot of people are getting away with getting benefits who shouldn't be getting them. Well, allegedly the woman didn't. If you're talking about the mother, allegedly they said she wasn't getting anything because she made too much money. If you're talking about the mother, Allie. Someone in that family needs to get a backbone. Hey, darling. Hello, Miss Dixon. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Cat B. Wanting to be the cool mom isn't always so cool. It sure ain't. Personality disorders. Yes. These people are all mentally. 14. Who the heck calls their mom, daughter's boyfriend, their son-in-law? Give me a break. Yes. Yes. Ellie. She passed. Honey, everybody's head hurts. Why is she calling him son-in-law? Stupid people talk. Hello, darling. Hello, everybody in the chat. God is good. Everybody stay warm. Temperature's still dropping in many places. I didn't mean to get crunk, but it needed to be said. Allie is no longer with us, so I'm calling a spade a spade. All this finger pointing. Everybody finger pointing. This is why I keep telling you why this YouTube is just a mess. It's an utter mess of everybody wanting to call this person, reach out to this person, jumping on panels, run over here, run in the chat, do all this old crazy nonsense. But the children should be the focus and getting that lady properly buried. And look where all that went, to where it's still talking junk a day or two later after the woman had passed. No, I got the 411. Let me tell you about da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That lady dead and gone. She don't even know what the hell went on while she was in that damn hospital. You all look stupid. You don't put stuff like this on Facebook. You don't put it on YouTube. This is the very reason why people can't get along, because people don't have boundaries. Number one. Selfish. Number two. Too damn selfish. And I told you all, you cannot expect the boy to do what you think he should do with cash apps. You now got this lady, his mama-in-law, saying, well, it didn't cost that much. Well, how much did it cost to bury her then? Because I'm sure people are curious. How much is it to cremate her? Why didn't the grandmother come out and ask for money? Andrew, you should have told the grandmother, hey, if you'd like to come on my channel to ask for money to bury Allie, you're welcome to come up here and tell us how much you need, give your cash app or where they can send the money or send it to the funeral home. Why not do that? So everybody's grifting and using everybody. Why I stayed mum about the cash app situation. Because I said, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing just yet. Let it all play out. Because there's going to be more to the story. We're now on Saturday, and all they're doing is going back and forth on Facebook about who thought up the GoFundMe, whose idea it was, who didn't condone it. Everybody right here with me. Everybody right here with me. That don't mean nothing. We can't see who was at the hospital. It's still a virgin, lady. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. You ain't no better than H, Andrew, Amber. If everybody want to put y'all all in the same pot, I ain't got nothing to say about nothing. Because you ain't no better. You are his guardian. You are supposed to be looking out for him. I told myself when Amber got up there on that panel with Andrew, I thought, now how's this going to work out? How's she going to go around to the hospital and she's talking bad about H? How's that going to work? You're going to walk up in the hospital after you done talked bad about the boy to his father? You know him and his father don't get along. I was like, what is going on with these people? Now, you got words with her. Nala, I guess H, True and everybody, they done push Amber to the side. Now she's public enemy number one. So I'm supposed to believe Amber put up a GoFundMe without anybody's permission. Is that what y'all trying to tell us? Knowing that people gonna see the GoFundMe, knowing somebody gonna come to Amber and say, hey, Amber, why you put that up there? We didn't tell you to put that up there. Grandmama didn't tell you to put that up there. What the hell is going on? Let me tell you what's probably that went on. They may have told Amber to go ahead and do it, but then when people started complaining, thinking they were getting grifted, take it down, take it down, take it down. Now you all want to turn on her. I don't know what's the truth. I'm not even here to even dispute what is what. All I'm saying, you all should have collectively gotten together to say who you wanted to be the mouthpiece for the story to ask for money. And that would have you wouldn't have had all this confusion. No accusations of nobody trying to use nobody, scam nobody. All this could have been avoided had somebody responsible, such as an adult, not H, solicited people for money. You all could have easily put the GoFundMe up right when she passed. The money would have went on up there and you would have went on to pay the funeral home, whatever, if nobody had paid, and this would be over with. Of course, somebody was commenting that you shouldn't even put a GoFundMe up because she was still in the hospital in ICU. You entitled to your opinion about that. I also saw a post. In that post, somebody's comment about the reason why Allie was held out, allegedly, is because she was getting her organs donated. Now, I'm wondering if there's any truth to that. Because, you can't believe everything that you hear on a Facebook post or in a chat of a YouTube channel. So you don't know what to believe because you just got people with pictures on a profile talking. You don't know what's the truth. You don't really know what is the truth. You don't really know why they held her out. If it's because they just couldn't let her go or they didn't have the money to cremate her. I don't know, and I'm not here to make any accusations because I'm not them. I just know that this was a circus act that could have been avoided. Had somebody been grown up and stood in the gap for Allie Harris, not boy H. He's a child. In no way you could have thought he's going to be responsible to do the right thing with money. Scheming never works out. It's better to use wisdom and do what's right. Well, a little late for that, honey. No one deserves this at the end of their life, no matter who they are. Exactly. H throws himself under the bus. Well, but H is a kid. What is it that you don't understand about that? You all act like H is a grown-up. He's not an adult. I don't know what he's been doing, what he's not been doing. That's not my problem. My problem is People not looking out for his best interest. And then the rest of you all expecting him to act like a grown up and have some common sense about himself when it's obvious he's troubled. That is nothing new to YouTube. Rumors were circulating right after Summer went missing that the boy was troubled. So why everybody wants to put him on this pedestal to be an adult, to act like an adult? He's not. He has a guardian. She had them know this would probably be a bad idea. And she probably wasn't expecting it to jump off the way it did. Because she's responsible for H. That's the point. You may not like what I'm saying. I don't care. He has a guardian, allegedly. She should have been responsible for him. Because look what happened, him going up there. I don't know how many people knew that he was going to do it. I'm not even here to argue because that's pointless. Because ain't nobody going to admit to it. Exactly, Nurse Jackie. Yeah, he's immature because he's a child. You scratch, that's why I tell everybody, scratch the GoFundMe and scratch the Cash App. It's obvious the boy is a problem. The fact that his mother was not raising him should tell you everything you need to know. You want to keep looking at him like, oh, he did this, he did this. We don't really know what he's been doing. That's why I didn't understand that interview between Amber and Andrew, because they were talking in circles for 29 minutes. Why don't you tell us what he's been doing? Why didn't you address the money missing from Allie? I was wanting to hear that. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, sweet tea. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. I wanted to hear about the money that was missing. You steady talking about he's this, he disrespected his mother. Well, what did he do? You're putting the business out on YouTube, but you're not telling us what he did. Just talking in circles. Then your boyfriend comes out. I didn't beat him up. I didn't beat him up. Then you all are threatening him on a live stream. Do you know you can go to jail for that? While Andrew's talking about H committed grand larceny. Well, you all can go to jail for threatening a child on a live stream. Nobody in this story has any damn sense. Have you all figured that out? Nobody had any sense pertaining to boy H. That's why he's wayward. Andrew should have left it off YouTube, maybe a community post or something, but he went too far. Then his response is to throw H under the bus is too much. Exactly. Things never go right. When you start talking about cash apps for stuff, just like with the Summer Wells situation and a reward fund, everything was fine until somebody start meddling in that. Then poof, 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 here comes a problem. All it takes is one monkey to stop the show. Oh, it's fraud, it's this, it's that. Now that girl don't even have a reward fund. You people don't got no sense out here. You just don't have no damn sense. A dying lady, and all you all are doing, even after her death, she ain't even been dead 2 days. Has she? It's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. No, it's your fault, it's your fault. You did it. You did it. No, it's you. It's you. Damn. So I'm going to ask this question. I'm 1 hour in. Thank you all so much for tuning in. What are you all going to do with the last child that belongs to Allie? It's a girl? Is it a girl? Call me up on IG. If you want to give your commentary during this live stream, contact the Queen on the IG, Instagram, bigsexy.71. Let the people hear what you have to say. What are you all going to do with the last child? If this is how you act pertaining to Allie and boy H, there's another one that's under boy H. You all better wake up. That's why I say ain't nobody paying attention. I hear you, Orange. None of them ever worked half as hard as the Queen. Well, you know, to each his own. Everybody got their own way of delivering the message. Hagen says she's 10 or 11 years old. Little girl. Okay, it's a little girl. Okay, so look back on everything you've seen since Chris Madonna introduced himself to Boy H, Allie, the family. All the rumors you've heard pertaining to these people, blah, blah, blah. Now, mother dying in a hospital, cash apps, GoFundMe, accusations, and there's still another minor to contend with. How in the world is this going to play out? Because that's why my title is, Will There Finally Be Peace in the Valley? Because there's another minor in this picture, in this miniature soap opera. So don't think it's just dead in the water, excuse my language, because this lady has passed on. There's another child to contend with. And look at what you've seen thus far. Just ignorance. Finger pointing. And there's a whole nother baby that's got to be reared to 18 with this group here. Who has custody of Bear? Will that person please stand up? It was said somewhere that the little girl will go to her dad. And who's her father? Vinny said, Lord have mercy. Baby, the Lord, look, Jesus said, don't call me. I'm on the telephone. Hold, please. I remember years ago, I had a friend, and she used to clean house for this older white lady. Her and her husband lived in a nice home, near the river, near the water, near downtown Knoxville. And Sequoia Hills, it's a very prominent area here in Knoxville. Some of you who are from this area, you know where I'm talking about. It has a lot of wealthy people that live there. Anyway, my friend cleaned house for this lady, and she said one day she couldn't make it to work. She needed somebody to fill in for her. So she asked if I would fill in to clean the lady's house. So I said, sure. So everything got set up. I went, cleaned the house, and the little lady said, well, I was wondering if you could drive me up to Jefferson City. That's going towards east or whatever. So I took her to this guy's house. He had a nice estate, ranch or whatever. He was a psychic. I dropped her off. So I said, well, I'm gonna do a little shopping while she's talking to the psychic. So I went to Big Lots. I think I went to Burger King or Wendy's, something like that. So while I'm in the fast food restaurant, I was passing time. There was an elderly black man sitting across from me. And, he introduced himself, and I spoke, said, hey, how you doing? We started talking. So he started talking about God. And he started talking about all the problems we have. some of the problems we bring on ourselves, how we run to God, wanting him to fix everything. And I was in agreement. And then he said, sometimes people don't really realize that God is busy. I was like, okay, I'll agree with that. He said, sometimes we're taking problems to God that we know better and that we didn't have to take to God. He said, did it ever occur to some people that maybe God is too busy, he don't want to be bothered? And I started laughing because he was, it was kind of funny. Then he said, there might be a time you call, ring, 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 ring. He said, you calling and you want to God, why don't you pick up? I need you. He said, God is saying, I'm busy. You'll have to hold, please. Because I got somebody else with a more pressing problem. You see, sometimes we put ourselves in these crazy situations because we didn't think. Because we're doing too much, impulsive. We get upset. Get wrapped up, vengeful, whatever. But we didn't think. And maybe God is saying, I can't fool with you right now. I got somebody else over here I'm contending with. You're going to have to wait. Just a little short story. But I said that in just joking. Jesus ain't got time for this right here. Excuse me, Lord. He ain't got time for this. Because this is foolishness. Now imagine somebody calling Jesus, talking about, can you help me? Can you help me, Lord? And you know what the Lord gonna say. Did nobody tell y'all go to YouTube? I didn't tell you to go to YouTube, put no Cash App up there. Hey, Miss Lady, you supposed to be taking care of this boy. Are you watching him? Are you meeting his needs? See, ain't nobody thinking in the story. That's the problem. Nobody's thinking. Hold on, you guys. Let me see what I got going on up here. Well, that's true. You have to read. At some point, it's life. Everybody just needs to slow down. Thought I had some requests up here. God, don't tell me there's more snow coming. Good Lord. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. That's my commentary. Prayers to the family. I'm still going to send prayers to you because you all need them. I pray that each and every one of you get on your hands and knees. And if you feel like you've done something wrong, you just ask God for forgiveness because he will forgive you and keep it moving. This is just, Lord have mercy. What a mess. Tacos, please. I didn't think Allie knew what to do with the kids as an early teenager. They just did whatever they wanted to do. Her daughter is a child and she's having a baby. What he said, 3 child has issues, autism. Who said they got autism? Thank you, sweet tea. Thank you. That mirror, that came from a thrift store years ago. I didn't pay but a couple dollars for that. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I thought I was reading something was going to say Stockholm Syndrome. That was Miss Stockton's last name. Sorry about that. I just feel that, sometimes you have to just reassess things when you first hear things. Like I said, it's easy to jump the gun when you hear certain things and you get all excited and get your feathers all ruffled up. But sometimes you just have to sit back and just try to assess the situation and say, what is really going on? What am I really hearing in this story? That's why I waited, because I knew there was going to be more to it. And once I started seeing the live streams, it was like boom, 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 boom. Andrew and H. Then H on the panel with these people talking bad about Andrew. Then it's Andrew and Amber. Now it's girlfriend's mama going on and on Facebook. Don't you see? It's just a vicious cycle. This just leads you to believe these people don't need to be involved with one another, and they don't need to be involved with children. And that's my personal opinion. Now, naturally, they'll rebuttal and say, well, you don't know me. You don't know what I got going on. Well, you don't know me. You don't know what I got going on. But I got enough sense to look through the looking glass to see you all don't need to be dealing with nobody's damn kids. You don't need to be dealing with your own, because you don't got no sense upstairs. You're just letting these kids do whatever the hell they want to do. And that's not how you raise kids. You can't just let kids do what they want to do. At first I thought, okay, H needed some money, whatever. But then as days went by, I kept telling myself, well, hell, he's a kid. What would make a person think he was just going to give all his money over for funeral expenses? Just like I told people in the last live, I said, did he say, I'm going to take this money and pay for my mother's cremation? If he didn't say that, you shouldn't have assumed that he would. Now, somebody said he mentioned something about rent and food. Well, maybe that's what he did do. Maybe he helped that lady pay rent. I don't know. But then the flip side of that is he shouldn't be giving you money for rent because you get money from the state. So then that will be considered fraud. Anybody listening? Exactly. Say it again, Queen. You should be looked into because you allowed him to go up there, put that Cash App up there. You went on a live stream saying he didn't need anything. He's saying he didn't need anything. So that means you willingly knew he got money from a Cash App. Stay woke, everybody. And if you're getting money from the state to take care of him, that means you're getting his medical. You got a medical card for him. You're getting probably a food card, food stamps, EBT. You're getting a cash allotment for him as far as toiletries, clothes, blah, blah, blah. And some of that money is supposed to go to H directly for spending money. Did you hear that, Nala? Queen ain't no dodo bird. So all in all, you are possibly going to be in trouble. So while you're telling everybody what to say and not to say on Facebook, you might need to decide what the hell you're going to tell a social worker about why he up there with a Cash App in the first damn place and you get money from the state for all his needs. The state might do something. The state might not. It'll be up to them. 2, H is old enough to be emancipated by the state of Tennessee. So he doesn't really need to be in foster care. Ting. Did that ever occur to anybody? That H is old enough to be emancipated, to be on his own. He does not have to have a legal guardian. Because there are people I've known 30 or so years ago who were emancipated at like 16, 17. I don't know if they still do it, but just imagine if they still do it, he didn't need to be with this lady or anybody else, not even his own mother. Thank you, Divine Kate. Kate, I ain't seen you in a long time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. He needs to go to work. Yes, he does. He needs to get a job. He needs to go to school, get an education if he can, get him a trade, and get out on his own and start wearing condoms and make a life for himself. 14. How can you emancipate a 14-year-old? A 14-year-old don't need to be on their own. Dear God. Oh, that's okay, sweetie. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Kate. Thank you. He'll be 18 next month. Should be working. Yes, he should be working. He needs to recover from his mom's passing. Yes, that's what I'm saying. There's too many adults in the story for there to be all this confusion. That's where I have the problem. It's that if I'm to believe that Boy H is in the state care, this lady was designated by a social service office from the state of Tennessee. Really, he shouldn't have had to do the cash out. Naturally, they say you can't tell him nothing. He's grown, so he would have done it anyway. That's his choice. That, like I said, that's between him and that lady that's supposed to be his guardian. But who's to say that somebody don't, say something to her about that? Well, all this stuff is playing out on social media. His mother is dying. What is really going on in your house? We put him in your care for you to be monitoring him and watching him. And like somebody said in the chat, what is with all this shuffling around? He was at Leslie's house allegedly. Now he's with the mother's other friend. I find all this strange and bizarre. Why isn't he with his own relatives? Did that not occur to any of you? If we're to believe he's going to all these different women's homes, I'm assuming they have other children. Obviously, the state approved them if this is true. I don't even know if this is true or not. Why is he not living with a grandmother or an aunt or an uncle? Why all Allie's friends? Please, somebody explain it to me. I'm confused. Tacos. I don't know about that, but thank you. Pay child support. Orange, we don't even know that she's pregnant. They're not going to put him on child support. Girl, where you from? He ain't going to get on child support. Believe that. But let's talk about that since somebody's decided to mention that. And as I said, no disrespect to Allie who's gone on, but I wanted to bring you the latest debacle on the Facebook page pertaining to this deceased lady, how ignorant it has gotten, besides all that mess that happened earlier in the week. Let's say the young lady is pregnant. For her sake, I hope she's not. In order for her to get a cash welfare check in the state of Tennessee, she would have to eventually give the name of the baby daddy. Ting. Did you hear that? In order for the baby mother, any mother in the state of Tennessee, at some point after your baby has been brought into the world, you need to give a man's name so you can continue to get your cash check. And then you know what happens after that. He will be called in to either deny or confirm the baby is his. Ting, 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 ting. When he decides to say yes or no, the state would then follow process for child support. If the mother is getting other aid from the state. Yes, DNA test. Sorry, forgot that part. Yes. He will then have to take a DNA test. Either way, confirmation, then they will ask for monies on behalf of the child if they are rendering services to the baby mother by the state. Thank you, Hagen. Thank you. Oh, baby blue. Some type of aqua. It's my robe. Thank you. I said, I'm not getting dressed up to do this live. They know, Queen. I just wanted to chat it up with you all, spit a little knowledge, and then I'm going to check out. But on that other story that I talked about last night, on that winded live, did not mean for it to go as long. I got to quit doing these long lives. But anyway, on the story of the 3 men who were found deceased out in Kansas City, there's information from that perhaps the guys' phones were inside of the house, which we're going to already assess that because it is alleged that the text messages were read. And if you're dead in the snow, how can you read a text message? Very creepy, eerie story. Please check out my last live stream pertaining to the 3 friends found dead at a Kansas City house. They went to watch a football game on the 7th of January, and they never came to. Very wicked story. Open investigation about what? About Summer? It's my understanding the grandma have said she wasn't pregnant. Okay. Thank you, Hagen. Thank you so much. I don't know what's going on with nothing anymore. It's just absolutely buffoonery. But that's the latest coming out. I do not know when Allie will have services. I will continue to check, Kingsport Times newspapers to see when they will have services for her. $16 degrees right now. Lord have mercy. I'm about to freeze in here. Yes, rest in peace. You're welcome, Kate. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I really appreciate that. So let's ask that question, because the mother responds to that also on Allie's Facebook page. She tells people that it's none of their business if her daughter is pregnant or not. It's none of their business that she calls H her son-in-law. And even one of the children, Bear or whomever, said something I read earlier, telling people to mind their business. I don't know if the girl was directing that towards Amber or not. This is what I'm saying right here. A child should not be responding to crazy nonsense on Facebook, because Facebook is not the place for this type of conversation of who did what, who lied, who did this. This should not be playing out on YouTube, Facebook, or any streaming app. This should have been a private conversation between all parties of who's going to put up a Cash App, GoFundMe, whatever. A child shouldn't be responding to things on Facebook. So they do need to take the post down. They need to close Alice's Facebook page, because you're going to keep having negative people going on the page saying negative things about H and the girlfriend and so on and so forth. Just close the lady's page down and keep it moving. It's ridiculous. This parent acts like a child herself. Yes. Oh, thank you, anyone. Thank you, sweetheart. What you said, I watched the story last night. So sad, 3 friends passed away. Yes, it is a very sad story. Summer's case, and now a key player, potential witness, has passed away. Yeah. Well, Annie, as far as we know, I don't think Allie would be considered a witness to some, because some people don't believe she even saw the little girl. Some don't even believe she got up and walked to the car that day. I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's sad. Naturally, you're introduced to these people only because of Summer. The child has not been seen or heard from again. And then you got all these side players. And over the years, all you're hearing are stories about their life and shenanigans with the Wiills. It's just tragic. But as I've told people, we can laugh and cut up at these fools, but sadly, pathetically, there are more people in the world that act just like the people that you are talking about or that you've been talking about on YouTube. There's another Wales couple that act just the same. There's another boy H down the street. There's another woman who knows she don't have no business taking care of H. There's another lady just like her. There's another grandma, Sherry. Do you all see where I'm going? There's another Andrew somewhere in the world. There are people just like them. You just haven't met them. That's all. Just another chapter, Summer Wells. This is what has been talked about. Yes, just another chapter. Yes, very suspicious. 3 people who have spoken out against the Wells have come up dead. Leslie, Jose, and now Allison. Well, Debbie, people do pass away. Allison probably was not in the best of health. Jose may have been the same thing. He possibly wasn't in the best of health, and I'd say the same for Leslie. So far, you haven't heard that either of these people were unalived by another human, so you just chalk it up to they did not have the best health. Just pray that Don and Candace don't pass away. Just say, we want them to stay breathing, okay? Oh, you talking about what secrets went with them. Okay, Kate. Well, I guess it depends on your perception. If they knew anything and didn't tell it. But see, that's what I was trying to tell people about aversion. Nobody's going to implicate themselves in nefarious dealings as so they are not looped into a crime. People do confess things to people. We have seen it time and time again. People overheard a conversation. People witness something and sickly they hold the secret and don't tell it. Nobody in this group, I believe, would tell anything perhaps because they don't want to have that stigma attached to them that they knew something about a child or any other crime. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to get time for aiding them or had knowledge and I didn't tell the police. But the right thing to do is tell the police. But you have sick people who just won't do it. I got a story I want to share with you all since I'm on this live stream at 1:27 minutes. And then I'll probably check out of here so you all can go and enjoy your Saturday nights. Please stay safe and warm. Pray for our homeless people. I saw a story earlier of a pastor in Ohio being cited by the city for opening his church to the homeless, which I think is so barbaric that you would fine him. Why? Why would you do that? The people freezing out here. Nobody could live out in these temperatures. They weren't going to stay there forever. I found that a very disturbing case. So that's one case that people are raising hell up in Ohio about. But there's something I came across that is so wicked. I got to share it before I check out of here. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to this live stream. Once again, prayers for Allie Mulani Harris. And tell them people, don't take it personal what the Queen said. It's just enough is enough. And a Knoxville lady has been found dead. She was a homeless lady for many years. She is no longer alive. I think this is her. Hold on. Yeah. She's 50 years old. Linda K. Shropshire. Thought they had a bigger picture of her. Let's see. Yeah, it's a nice pastor. That was the right thing to do to open the church. They kept saying something about they didn't have it, all the proper things in the church, but the church said they had got some things fixed. But, you know, finding him, come on now. They didn't have to do that. I have to take this case off because this phone, she don't like. Well, it's taking forever. Much love to you, darling. I can't get her picture up for some reason. I don't know why this won't show her picture.
Wednesday, the medical examiner will have to determine now her cause of death. Care Cuts Knoxville's founder, Martha Baker, told us that her death highlights the need for mental health services for those experiencing homelessness. Baker says she was homeless for a long time, but working hard on finding housing.
Okay, that was her. I think she was the one with the chubbier face. Linda K. Shropshire. She was found deceased on Wednesday. Somebody called Knoxville Police Department, 200 block of Hall of Fame Drive. And Knoxville Fire pronounced Shropshire deceased at the scene. Very, very sad story. Okay. Let me bring you this story here. Fox2Detroit.com is the source. Huh? It's a shame. Can't even do good in the world anymore. Yeah, it is. It's bad. I know. Be grateful. If you have a place to sleep right now, be very, very grateful. I want you to look at this lady, African-American female. Take a good look at this picture. I'm going to tell you what she did. Listen very carefully. 1 second, everybody. Well, if it'll play.
Girl was attacked out of nowhere by a woman as she waited at the reaction is, wait, what? Well, allegedly, a 10-year-old girl was attacked out of nowhere by a woman as she waited at the Mrs. Fields cookie location inside of Somerset Mall.
It's ridiculous, uncalled for, immoral.
You can tell by her tone she's a mom.
You can't turn off that mama bear, can you? Never.
Denise was enjoying a Mrs. Fields cookie Wednesday when we told her what happened out here this week. A group of 10-year-olds making their cookie selection when...
And all of a sudden, one of the 10-year-olds got pushed face first into the kind of the display where the front of the food is.
The suspect, a woman, actually allegedly grabbed the child's head and smashed it into the glass. Didn't break, but she hit very hard.
Was shaken up and kind of hurt and bruised, and kind of turned around right away and was like, what the heck was that? And we started crying.
Then this part makes your blood boil.
That person kind of started laughing and like it was a big joke, and then kind of made their way through the mall.
24 hours later, police would learn the alleged attacker, 25-year-old Rihanna Valentine. The Guardian, with a group of little girls, told security who reviewed surveillance footage. A day after it happened, no shame, Valentine came back to Somerset to make a return when she was spotted by that same security and Troy police and arrested.
I think the person just walked by and saw the kids standing there and thought it would be funny to kind of show off to the group they were with.
For that, a misdemeanor charge for civil assault released on personal bond. But the kicker, the judge put Valentine on a tether, a rarity for this charge and no glaring priors.
I've been here 27 years, and we've never had incidents like that.
Longtime food court employee John says the mall is safe. People, though, there's something else.
I would thought since COVID, people would change and things would be, back to normal, but it seems that it has gotten worse.
We did reach out to Valentine multiple times to get her side of the story. Maybe she has a different take. We did not hear back in time for this story. Reporting in Troy, Jessica Dupnack.
Detroit. She's from Detroit. Don't mean no harm, Detroit. Y'all got some crazy ass folks up there. This guy's speaking about COVID. What does COVID have to do with slamming a kid's head into the glass case? Help me understand. I can understand if you're talking about regulations of a store business, hours they're keeping. I thought people would change. People were crazy before COVID. I don't understand what you're saying. You think because they lifted the gates from COVID, hey, you can come outside now. You can go back to school. You can go back to work. That what? People are going to behave civilly? Jesus, where's this guy from? He must be from a small town outside of, what's the city? Troy, Michigan. Let's recap what was said, everybody. Fox 2 is the source. A 10-year-old girl was randomly attacked by a woman as she waited at the Mrs. Fields cookie shop at Somerset Mall in Troy last week, according to police. On Friday, the girl was with a group of friends with her guardian when all of a sudden she got pushed face first into the display where the food is, said Troy Police Captain Josh Jones. Police said the attack appeared to be unprovoked and for no apparent reason. The victim was startled but not severely injured. The attacker is allegedly 25-year-old Rihanna Valentine of Detroit. That person kind of started laughing like it was a big joke and then made their way through the mall, Jones said. The guardian with the group of the little girls told security about the attack, who reviewed surveillance footage a day after the incident. Valentine returned to Somerset. That's when she was spotted by mall security and Troy police, then arrested. It's ridiculous, uncalled for, immoral, said Denise, a shopper at the mall. Valentine faces a misdemeanor charge for simple assault. She was released on a personal bond, but the judge put her on a tether, a rarity for this charge. I've been here 27 years, and we've never had incidents like that I know of or seen, said John, a Somerset food court employee. I thought since COVID, people would change and things would be back to normal. But it seems that it's gotten worse. Once again, Fox 2 reached out to Valentine multiple times for comment, but did not receive a response. Fox 2 is the source. Here is the suspect that pushed a 10-year-old girl child into a glass cookie case. Rihanna Valentine, what is your damn problem? Listen at you all down there in the chat. What is your problem? Let me see what tether is. Let's play with Google for just a second. Lord have mercy. It never stops, does it? Does it not? Yeah, well, she's the dummy. Tether. Tether.
Here's the definition of tether: tie an animal with a rope or chain so as to restrict its movement.
The definition of tether: with a rope or chain so as to restrict its movement. The horse has been tethered to a post. It also says use a smartphone in order to connect the computer or other device to the internet. Restrict movement. So I don't understand. The judge ordered a tether. I don't understand that. What the hell is that? Because even with an ankle bracelet, you can move about. So he put a tether on her. I don't understand what you're saying. Right here it says 7 days ago by Merriam-Webster. The meaning of tether is a line as a rope or chain by which an animal is fastened so as to restrict its range of movement. Well, if she bonded out, how would she be on a tether? This makes no sense to me. So I don't understand what they're saying. That's what it says. A rope, cord, etc. fastened to something to prevent drifting, escape. Rope or chain fastened to an animal so as to keep it within certain bound. Ankle monitor. That's what I thought. Why don't they just say ankle monitor? Because I kept saying, how's she going to be roped or tied down if you gave her a bond? It makes no sense. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, y'all. You all are so sweet. Thank you so much. Well, I guess nobody wanted to call the queen today to give their opinion. That's fine. That's one of the stories I had. I can't get over that. I wonder how much the bond was. Jesus, Lord. This is what's even more crazy. You push the kid into the glass for whatever reason. Eyewitnesses, you're a grown-up, she's a child. Why would you do it for one? You walk out of the mall, leave. Then she comes back to the mall the next day. What were you going to do? Do it again? Oh, my goodness. I'm dead. Let me see what y'all talking about down there. Why, Queen? Why should it be that humans treat each other with such gross, impulsive acts against one another, and it's worse, it's happening more frequently seeming? Well, pigs, I'm not going to condone that. But, we do lash out at people. We get mad at people. Sadly, we put our hands on people or their belongings. I think some of us have been in that situation. You've gotten angry with somebody. You did something that you weren't supposed to do. But with a child, this is a totally different ballgame. Why would you randomly walk up to a child and push her head face first into a glass case? Please explain to me. Meant to tell you when I came in. That's fine, honey. Okay. I had to Google it. I assumed it was an ankle bracelet, but I just thought it was strange that they would use that word in an article. Why not just say the judge ordered her to be on an ankle monitor? Very weird. Very weird. Well, guess what? You can cut an ankle monitor off. Criminals have done it before. And then she was in an entirely different city, and she's from Detroit. So let's see how far Troy is to Detroit. Oh, I love playing with Google. That was the best thing they ever made. You could just Google. How far is Troy, Michigan to Detroit, Michigan?
The drive from Troy to Detroit is 23.3 miles.
28 minutes. Is Troy a suburb of Detroit? City in Oakland County. A northern suburb of Detroit, 22 miles, 35 kilometers. North of downtown Detroit. See, knowledge is key, is it not? You can do this all day. Let's just Google how far is this place to this place. I do this because I'm OCD. I like looking at stuff. Can't really see good, but so you can get an idea where Detroit is and where Troy is. So that means it's sitting above Detroit. And there's old Windsor, Canada. Been through Windsor to get to Canada. I tell you this all the time when it comes to true crime and life in general. You don't know people. You don't know the depravity of people. You don't know what'll set people off. You just don't know what will get a person crunk, upset. You just don't know. Now, nobody said the little girl did anything to her. So is it a matter that it was a bunch of girls together goofing off and one of the girl stepped in front of her? Maybe she felt like she cut line. I don't know. But the fact that she was going back to the mall, is it because she wanted those cookies that bad? She went back to the mall to try to retrieve the cookies and got arrested? It's crazy. The same reason people hurt a helpless animal, because they're a psycho. They want to harm something that can't fight back. Ah, panda. Jeez. Google is my friend. I use the voice thing all the time. Yeah, the Google is very useful, I will say. Nothing like being able to say, okay, where is that? How far is that from here? You know, get a general idea. So Google has served its purpose. So it's a wonder they don't charge us for using Google. Just saying. Charge for everything else. Hello, darling. Hello, Cindy. Thank you for joining me. Well, is there anything else you all like to chop up before I check out of here? I'm approaching hour 2, bringing you the latest pertaining to Alice Harris. She has passed on. I brought content pertaining to the Facebook page belonging to the decedent, how others were going back and forth on her page. The woman who was taking care of Boy H, which is just atrocious behavior, and it should not be playing out on social media or YouTube. It's disrespectful. Livonia. I've been to Livonia. Troy is largely a business district, hotels, professional buildings. Okay. Yeah, been to Livonia. I stayed in Westland 5 weeks. Worst experience of my life. In the dead of winter, mind you. In the dead of winter. Crossed over January of 97. I believe that was 97. December, January. Yeah. As I said, worst mistake of my life. Never again. Never. Season 2 of Natalia Grace. No, I have not watched the Sweet Tea. I am using the internet. You know, I don't have cable, so certain things I can't pick up due to the package I have, so I'd have to upgrade to get certain things. So I'll have to check it out. I still got to finish all that crazy, what's her name? Gypsy Rose. She's public enemy #1 right now in America. Yes. Well, you know, I was young. I thought I was going to be, you know, going up there to better myself, and things didn't work out at the place I was staying. You know, longtime friend. We knew each other as children, but naturally, how you navigate as children is not how you navigate as adults. So the person I knew as a child no longer existed. This was a greedy human being. She had a gambling problem. And I guess they thought she and her boyfriend saw dollar signs when I came up there. And I was not getting ready to be sleeping in the gutter in Michigan. No way. I remember talking to a lady at the mall. I used to walk over to the mall because her apartment complex was, you know, right over there near the mall. And so one day, the lady and I was talking, and I was telling her about the situation of moving up there, and it was a bad idea. Things weren't working out. And she said, honey, you need to go back home. You need to go back to Tennessee. This is not the place for you. She said, this is not a place where you want to be getting into it, get stranded, or y'all have an altercation, you're put out, whatever. She said, it's just cold up here. It's heartless. I said, oh, well, you know, I know about up north, bigger cities. I've lived in the city. I said, you know, I'm from Chicago, so I know how the game goes. So she told me you just need to go move. So foolishly, I ended up leaving there to go over to Chicago. That's a whole nother story. But eventually, months later, I migrated back to the South, and I've been here ever since 97. So it is what it is. Oh, it's on Max. Okay. My son pays for Max, or I wouldn't have got to see it. I see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to renew my subscriptions to some other premium apps. I've got to get back. I've got to decide what I want to do about Hulu, Netflix. I think I had Sling at one time, briefly. I think I like Hulu. So I'm probably next week I'm gonna make a decision to re-sign up. I'll decide. My head spins on these kind of people. Well, that's why you have to just listen to the story and try to check out. It will make your head spin. There's so many to choose from. Yes, it is overwhelming. Well, that's why, like with Sling's got like the blue package, orange package. You just pick the package according to the programs that you like and the networks you like. So, you pick the package that outlines the stuff you like watching. So if you like watching reality TV, true crime stuff, certain networks, then that's how you decide. Or you just pay a cable bill, get all the channels for a big old fee, and then God forbid you want to use all that DVR stuff, and that's where your money's going to get high, using boxes for every room. And if you got a nice size house and you're trying to put a box in every room, that's why your bill's going to be high, because you got to pay for all those boxes. Hey, honey. Hey, surviving. How you doing? Fool Me Once on Netflix. Yeah. Thank you, sweetie. My thrift store mirror. Thank you. Bunny ears. Trying to find cornbread. You're crazy. Cornbread, you can get you a Roku TV real cheap. Still use your antenna too to pick up the local channels. You can get your nice TV, honey. You don't have, if you can't afford a big one. The big ones are real cheap. They had 55 inches for $200 at Walmart. Around Thanksgiving. So if you can't get you one new, go to the pawn shop, buy your used one. It's no big deal. It's just a TV. I enjoy talking to you guys sometimes. Sometimes y'all keep me on my toes with your questions and comments. So I said I was going to bring to this network my old style of commenting, not commenting, but commentary, where I talked about life problem situations. I used to have really wild panels where people would come up. I'd pick a hypothetical situation and let the people come up and give their commentary. Woo, I've had some wild nights back in the day. And some of them were actual situations with movie stars, famous people that got themselves wrapped up in some type of debacle, and we discussed it, especially with T.I., R. Kelly. Those are the live streams I missed the most. When I had guests they didn't mind coming up. A lot of my guests don't like coming on the live stream for some weird reason. I don't know why, but anyway, I like those days, and I want to go back to that. I don't want to keep talking about y'all little girl. It's daunting for me, and it's not really the arena of my choice. Sorry to disappoint some of you new subscribers, but I don't really want to be in a true crime arena because I like to crack up sometimes. I have a little mild humor. Sometimes it can get a little raunchy, and really, it's probably not appropriate for talking about true crime. And true crime, you need to be kind of serious. So if I was to do commentary, I'd have to mind my potty mouth and look straight into the camera, give you the 411 my opinion, and talk like I'm, Gayle King, and then check out. But that's really not my nature when I get upset about something. So this is where the eyewitness news would be like, Big Ange, you can't do that on the air. I'd have to have a talk show where I could talk. Good evening. Welcome to the show. Yes. What happened then? Yes. Okay. And then the other side, Beverly comes out. What the hell's wrong with you? That ain't gonna work. You can't do that nightly news. And if you want a serious broadcast, you got to stay the same the entire time. Now, I started out with this live stream like that. I talked real mild, and then all of a sudden, Beverly came out. Holyfield Tyson is on like Donkey Kong. So that's the gist of the story. Oh my goodness. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Orange. I appreciate that. But I just get depressed with the true crime. I don't like what comes with talking about true crime. Because the people just get too crazy. Then they all the questions and the commentary and the hypotheses and the conspiracies, that just wears me out, and I just don't have the patience for all that. I just don't. I just don't have the patience. So, what would you do if you found out your mother is not your mother? Thank you, sweetie. I don't hear anything in the chat. What would you do if you found out your mother is not your mother? We're going to lighten this up a little bit. Change the course of this live stream. Depends on if the mother was hood. If what, honey? If the mother was hood bringing me up. No. No. Right now, your mother, the mother you have, she tells you she's not your mother, or you found out some type of odd, kooky way. What do you do? I'd freak out at first. Well, I just look like her, but that would freak me out. Okay. Cry, says Jennifer. Okay. Well, now I was another family member's child because the resemblance is too close. Would know I was another family. Okay, come from. Devastated, be upset. Okay. Okay. How far would you go to hold a secret? Would you commit a crime as to not have your worst secret revealed? And you know what crime I'm saying. Would you unalive someone to keep your secret? I bet ain't nobody gonna answer that. I got no's, 2 no's, 3 no's. Okay. We're gonna post that to the community board later. I dated a fella that found out his sister, was actually his mother. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that would be bad. I had a foster mother. I would not hold a secret. No. Are you sure? Ha! Taco says, and I got secrets. Okay. Would any of you unalive a person to keep a secret that you would not want revealed to the public? Well, let's say this. Would you hurt a person if you found out they told your secret? Man, I got a couple of babies. I got me 2 babies. Okay. Being honest. Done it, been there years ago. What do you mean? What did you do? What did you do, Mandy? Cole says probably. Now we're going to go into the belly of the beast. Your child has stolen money from you. Do you still deal with your child? George is the first note. Got one no. I didn't ask that if they pay it back. That's not a part of the question. Yes or no? But what? God, you all are crazy. That's not an answer, Orange. Yes or no? See what you all are doing? I knew somebody was going to come in there and say adult child, teenager, adult. I'm not putting no stipulations on it. Maybe next time. So most of you are saying yes. Ladies, you have been married a very long time. Let's say 20 years, 30 years to your husband. You love him. You think he loves you. The marriage seems good, but you find out he has fathered an outside child. Do you stay in the marriage? I have made a video on this years ago. Please check my uploads. I've got some really good content in my 2,000 plus library. Yes, no. Leave. Say no, girl. No. No way. Look how many. Oh. Do you leave? Yes. No, you do not. So what did I say? Yes for leaving. So y'all are answering backwards. So she's saying no, I'm gone. So y'all are saying no for not going. No for not staying, rather. Yes, Lee. That was the question. Do you stay? Yes, if you stay. Now I'm confused. She said random comment and said, I'd stay married. Oh, wow. Really? Okay. He leaves. I'm not leaving my house. Oh, well, what if he says we have to sell the house? We're getting a divorce. You don't want to be with me? We got to sell it and divide the house. You guys are killing me. I left for other reasons, so I don't know, but I'd probably leave for that. Okay. I misunderstood. Get the fuck out. Oh, I needed this laugh. Oh, God, I needed this laugh so bad. Oh, I needed this laugh. Golly. Gross if you stay with garbage. Tacos. Well, tacos, look how many women have stayed with men who have had affairs, had children, and they still stay. He walks around town with another woman. Honey Queen has seen it all. You need to go watch some of my older content from like 2019. Queen can spin some stories for you that make your hair stand up on top of your head. Don't make me tell you the story about the neighbor I had that went to Africa to meet a guy who was younger than her and she's old enough to be his father. Please check out those videos. If you want a good laugh tonight, you will be like, oh my God. I wish I hadn't. This live, I might come back on either later tonight or tomorrow, and I will play the live for the chat. The story of the neighbor that went to Africa. The things people do for love. I wouldn't destroy what we've built, not saying he won't pay for the rest of his life, but I ain't going anywhere. He wanted to sell the house. I fought him on it and won. Oh, Lamont. Okay, true. Even being a punching bag. Not me, though. Okay. Wendy Williams did it. Saturday night movies from the Queen. I'm watching. I wouldn't complain because my mom was amazing. Okay. They wrote a song about it. Okay. Yeah. I watched a good movie the other night on Roku. It's called 7 x 7. It's a very good movie. And it's kind of on the rim of what I'm talking about. You know, kind of a what would you do situation. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, Lord. Jumped off. Golly. Hold on. What in the world? Hold on, you guys. I hit a button. I hit the Instagram thing, and I meant to use my phone. Sorry about that. I don't know why. I got too much going on. I got a notification. Hold on. And I hit my screen. Sorry about that. Say what? I wouldn't complain because my mom was amazing. What hippie, what are you talking about? Oh, if you found out she wasn't your mother. Okay. I forgot about to ask that question. Okay. I tell them, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Okay. Oh, no messages. Okay. So we've asked about what you would do for a secret, keep a secret, hurt a person, unalive a person. If you found out your mother wasn't your mother, what would you do? Husband made an outside child. Some of you would stay, some of you would go. Ladies, next question. You have been dating a nice young man or married. Once again, it's love, so you think. But you find out your mate or husband is bisexual and has been messing around with men and also unprotected. What do you do? Glasses on this. I can't. Oh, ooh. I can't really read your profile name. You guys are killing me. We all going straight to hell. Girl, you a mess. Why you got a question mark like you don't know if you're going to hell or not? You either going or you ain't going. You taking it with you. Bye-bye. Get to the clinic immediately. Taco said she gonna go to the clinic and then unalive him. Okay. Get tested. 2, going to the clinic. Okay. Run. Don't look back. Get to the clinic. 3, going to the clinic. 4. I can't fool with y'all. Oh, you all have made my night. See, this is why I'm not cut out for true crime. Because there's lots of things I like to talk about to engage the audience. I like to give people something to think about. I like to ask you different questions. True crime, you can't really do that because it's so solemn, you know. So I got a lot of people going to the clinic. Okay. I got you. Some of the viewers that dropped out. I guess they got tired. We got to change it up sometimes. But thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate that. Those that tuned in earlier. Next question. Ladies. I guess the guys are like, thank God she ain't messing with us tonight. Ladies. You find out that your best friend, good friend, has been sleeping with your man. What do you do? Stay or go? Hell no. Are you black or white? Random commenter. Are you African American or Caucasian? I am curious. She can have him. Oh, Lord. I'm in hour number 2. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the Vault XL. Whew. I've been married for a long time, 24 years. We raised 3 kids together. I think I would leave, but support everyone in the family with no hate. Happy hippie. You're talking like a hippie. Stop it. Hispanic. Okay. Hell no. Hell to the no. What the old black folks say, it's going to be some smoke in the city. No friend, leave them both. Leave them both. Okay, sound like a perfect pair. They can pick at what? They can bicker in GTF. Get a new friend and a divorce. Oh, keeps on funny. You all are so funny. Oh, Lordy. Next question. This is an inappropriate question. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, sweetheart. The next question is an inappropriate question. Some of you will answer, some of you will not. You find out that your girlfriend has been sleeping with your underage son. Do you report her? For the cheese to the rats. Where is this chat from? Oh, I'm sinking up here. Absolutely. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yeses. Prismos. Oh my God. I'll handle it myself. Okay. Definitely report. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right. Hagen. Okay, I'm not trying to laugh because this is a serious question. So most of you in the chat are saying you call the police on your friend if you find out she had been having relations with your boy child. Would you also cross the line to violence? Taco says she tastes my wrath indeed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whose channel is this chat gonna be on tonight? I gotta give you something different. As I told people, if you like my content, you will follow me on any topic. Why not? That's how the channel grows. I'm not a true crime channel. I never have been. Wait, first I get mine, then the police get theirs. What you gonna do? Beat the lady up, then carry her to the police station? No, but I want to. Okay. Cat's gonna play it safe. Okay. Next question. You say you love your children equally, but your son comes to you and decides to tell you he wants to be a girl, a woman. What do you do? Accept him or not? Hagen, girl, you gonna make this wig come off my head. Girl, stop it, please. I can't. Okay, don't like it, but accept it. Okay. I only have girls. Okay. Well, if your girl came home wanting to be a boy, grown daughter, says she decides she's had these feelings, she wants to be a man. It's all the same. Would you be more accepting if they're grown or if they're a child wanting to transition? Support. Okay. We'll put all these questions up on if I can remember all of them, I'll put them on a community board and see what all everybody will say. I should have done the poll here in the chat while we're doing this, but that's okay. We got time to do it later. Okay. Next question. Your child, same premise, has identity issues They do not feel comfortable with their body. Do you make provisions to pay for sexual reassignment for an underage child? I've talked about this also on my network. Cat says no. Okay. No way. Woo, it's a lot of no's. Not underage. Okay. No gender reassignment for a child. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. Hello, Pat. No underage. Okay. Thank you all. Next question. Oh, Lord. But we'll get counseling. You are in love with your partner. He says he loves you. But one day he comes to you and he says, Mary, our sex life is getting a little boring. I want to try something else. Can we bring in a Jane? Do you say yes or do you say no? Ah! God, I love you all. Woo. Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye. I don't share. Okay. Esley, hey. Esley, hit me up on IG. It will be time for him to go. Never, Eva. Never, ever. I don't share. But there might be somebody listening. I got 141 viewing. Got over 100 people have left the chat, but that's fine. Somebody might be listening to this content and they don't want to admit that they might try being with another woman as to keep their man or please their man. Do you think it's wrong to go ahead and sleep with the woman and the man? What? To keep your man. Should a woman do it because she wants to keep the man, keep him interested? Sweetie said it's wrong. Okay. Oh, Lord have mercy. If both agree, have it. Ellie, that's not your answer. He won't be satisfied. Exactly, sweetie. Thank you. He won't. Okay. Well, there's probably been women who have done it and they may not have liked or been attracted to women, but they tried it to keep the man because they realized, okay, he's going down this road. Let me go ahead and try it. But I think it opens Pandora's box once you go down that avenue. Well, let's go to the topic of a father. You love your father. He's been supportive. And one day he decides to tell you he likes men and he wants a sex change. What do you say to your father? Yeah, it usually doesn't work out. Because the man will probably start seeing the lady behind your back. Because now you've given him a pass to cheat. That's what people don't understand about swinging. You are condoning cheating. Because eventually they're going to go off alone without you. Excuse me. Okay. Hi, Esley. Esley, if you want to call me on IG, if you want to join this conversation, anybody want to join this conversation? BigSexy.71 IG. Send a request. You can call me in and we can finish this poll together. Let people hear your opinions pertaining to my polls tonight. Thank you all. Just lightening the load from the passing of Allie Harris. Thank you for following this network. I would support. What? Huh? It would be like death, in my opinion, like losing a father. Okay. Dad get counseling first, depending on the age. What do you mean, Divine Kate? The age. After all this time, Dad really laughed out loud. Hey, Mr. Jenner did it. He was 60-something years old. So Jenner was what, 62, 63? Between 62 and 64? That's old enough. Pat says, go ahead, your choice. Okay. This is a hypothetical question for those who have children or don't have children. As you know, we do not have corporal punishment in most public schools. You find out that your child was allegedly misbehaving in school and he or she was spanked by a teacher. What do you do? Agree, let it go, or you raise hell? Depends on what they did. Does it matter, sweetie, what they did? Well, let's go into the belly of the beast about children. Since we've talked about our sweet little boy H. You find out that your child, let's say adult, let's say adult child, your adult son has unalived a human being for no apparent reason. Do you support your son? Okay. So I'm assuming also if your child came to you asking you to hide the weapon, would you hide the weapon? Clothes, evidence. Turn in. Okay. That's a very good question. Somebody, you all never answer my question like I asked you. So let's go with the person who just commented. You get wind that your child has committed a crime, such as unaliving, robbery, fraud. Do you turn your child in? Adult child. What, hippie? Okay, any age. Okay. Look at Anna. Well, you know I'm getting ready to call you to ask you why not. One moment, everybody. Damn New Yorkers. Answer the phone. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, hold on a minute. Okay. I can barely hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Did you answer no, you would not turn your child in?
Wait a minute. You know what? I can barely hear you. This is stupid volume up. Okay. I'm gonna have to talk loud.
Well, did you answer no, that you would not turn your child in if you knew they committed a crime such as unaliving, fraud, robbery?
No.
Tell me.
I probably would hide them for a while.
No. Answer the question. Yes or no, Anna?
No, I wouldn't report him.
Tell me why not.
Well, because he's my flesh and blood. So no, I don't. You know, nothing like this ever happened before with him. Because I have one that's kind of bad. And
slow down for a minute. Slow down. Kind of bad, like what? How old is he?
He's 35.
So
he was in prison for 7 years.
So what did he do in prison? Can you share?
He was hooked on dope, and he was robbing houses.
How long was he on drugs, Anna?
How long what?
How long was he on drugs before he got into prison, jail?
Oh, probably about 2 years.
Okay. Did you support him?
To get to that point.
Listen, you got to say yes or no, because I got to get the questions out. Did you support him while in jail, prison, commissary?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Why?
Because he needed food, and I gave him money. I did.
Okay.
Because he's my son.
Okay. Does he have children?
No.
Okay. Are you glad he doesn't have children?
Yes.
Is he better now?
Yes, he is. He
Okay.
really is. He's working. He's working in HUD. He's in the union. He passes every drug test.
Okay.
He did exactly what he said he was going to do.
Okay.
Once he got out, because he has a parole.
Georgia, stop it.
He has some type of parole following. So
Okay.
he passes everything. He works every day.
Okay.
And on the weekends he paints.
Okay.
Keeps himself busy.
Okay. Okay.
So,
okay.
I did, I supported him. My parents did. Because I know my son was not like that.
Okay.
Like he wasn't
y'all going at it in that chat. They on a whole other thing down in the chat. They ain't even listening to nothing you're saying. Golly. Oh, Lord have mercy.
When when it happens, God forbid if it does happen with your son, it's a really hard situation.
So let me ask you this. Your son took the life of somebody for no reason, unprovoked. You still will support your son in prison?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Now, if he killed somebody.
Okay.
Oh, no. I love him to death. I would give him my heart to live. All my kids, But you're not going to kill somebody just cause.
Okay.
No. That I won't support.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you want to add to this commentary?
No, but I'm having fun.
Are you?
Yeah, I was telling my boyfriend, I was on YouTube last night on a panel. He's like, what? I said, yeah, I won't tell you where it was because I don't want him to know.
Okay, yeah. Okay. You in love? Are you in love?
Oh, yeah, we've been together for 17 years.
So let me ask you this, if it's not too personal. I asked everybody in the chat about swinging. Your boyfriend decides to ask you to bring a woman into the bedroom. Would you, Anna?
No.
Okay.
He used to say that all the time. He's like, oh, I got a guy. oh, he loves you. You know, he wants to, kill you. Stupid shit like that.
What?
And I was like, get the hell out of here.
Wait a minute. Wait, slow down. So what was he gonna do? Watch?
Oh no, like join, like on some accordion or something. You know, like one here and one there, the front and the back. I guess I don't know, but it was a straight up no.
Damn! I plead the.
Fantasize it, but it's not gonna happen.
I don't know what. I just thought maybe he'd want to watch. He wants to participate with a man. That's kind of I don't know. That don't sound good, Anna.
No, that's why it just would never happen.
Both the guys gonna be touching you, and they touch it, and okay. So, is your boyfriend home right now?
No, he's not.
Thank God. I don't want him to hear this live stream. I don't want him to say, "Who the hell is that woman talking to you, asking you all them damn questions?" Oh my God, tag team, please, Cat.
He would take the phone and tell you.
Oh, one of those. Oh, you got you a boisterous. You got you a boisterous man.
Huh?
You got a boisterous man. He's opinionated.
Oh no, he was just he would love to talk.
Oh, talk to me. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure he would. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's Puerto Rican.
He's Puerto Rican. Oh, that was my first crush. Puerto Rican boy in Chicago. That's my first crush. My first real crush, I say. His name was Tommy Maldonado.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's Spanish.
Oh, yeah. I don't know where he is today. But Tommy Maldonado, Queen, was infatuated with you at 13.
Yeah.
My father was pissed off. He found out I kissed him. Oh, my God. He's like, we're taking you home. Because my dad lived on the west side of Chicago. My mother lived on the south side. And as soon as he got wind of that, he hurried up, took me back home to my mother's house. I thought, God, I'm just a kid. Jesus, you act like I did something with the guy. I didn't even know anything about sex then. Just kissed him.
Oh, no.
He got angry, found out. The joys of being children. Huh?
I didn't know anything about sex till I was like 15.
Yeah.
I just didn't know. No, I didn't know nothing.
Okay.
Until, you got a little older, I was like, okay, I know what this is now.
Well, let me ask you something.
I
So,
just laughed. I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, how would you feel? Well, how would you feel right now if that guy you're dating came back and told you he likes men?
Oh, he has to go.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm not putting up with that. No.
Okay.
Because then you got to
Random. What are you all talking about in that chat?
Does he like
a big butt?
Does he find that very attractive? Ew, no.
Yeah, but there are women who will date a man, continue to date a man, knowing he likes men.
No, not me. No.
Okay. Yeah. Because you've seen the guys who transgendered. Listen, there are men who've transgendered. I was watching a documentary recently. The man transgendered, and he said, I still love my wife. I don't want to leave my wife. And that to me would be a hard thing to be a woman, and I'm in love with you. I love you. And then one day you decide to tell me that you are wanting to change your sex. So first thing I'm going to think of, well, if you want to change your sex, then you possibly are attracted to men. Have you been with a man? See, that's a very slippery slope.
Yeah. No, that would he have to go? No.
Yeah.
I'd break up. We broke up. I wouldn't have it.
Okay.
Definitely wouldn't have something like that.
How do you feel about what I read earlier during the live when I was talking about the Allie's Facebook page? What I read. Were you here then?
I didn't hear that then. No.
Okay.
What did it say?
I have to get out of the menu to read it because hold on.
Oh.
Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can go.
Okay.
If I can do it while you're on the phone. Let me see. Hold on, you guys. We're going to backtrack for a minute. 152 in the room. Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to donate to the great network, $sign Ganji, 129 Cash App. Stickers and chat to welcome to the live stream. We're getting ready to go double back. Anna has not heard my content pertaining to Boy H's mother. We're going to slide back for just a little while. I'm going to have to get off here in a little bit because I'm running over my time. Because I don't want people to watch these lives being this long. But she was not here earlier to hear the commentary. It's a bit lit, so I have to read too much of it. But... Hello, Shirley. Okay, let's go. There's something else I meant to say that I didn't mention to you guys yesterday or the day before. I've been going back and forth looking on Allison's page, and there was a Cash App up there that says $ Allison E. Harris .Cash App helps with all TY. Thank you. So very interesting. 4 days ago, the daughter uploaded this message, a memory that she's going to miss her mom. It's a picture of True and her mom. And I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom where the woman who's taking care of H decided to give Amber the business about her support. This was uploaded a couple hours ago. Thank you for joining me. Not one person was there for her walk to respect of life when it was time. Not one person was there when she went into the EMT from the start of all of this. Not one person was there to give the family rides in the snow every day, feed them in the hospital every day. Not everyone came to visit her every single day while she was in the hospital, ICU. Not everyone was there for Allie last breath. She held mine and Graham's hand and hugged her daughters during her last breath. During all this time, no one has been there to support the family emotionally and be there in person every day for them but me, exclamation point. Allie took her last breath holding mine, her two daughters, and Graham's hand. I was there. No one else was. No damn GoFundMe should have been created, per Graham's words. Cremation doesn't even cost that much from the funeral we are using. So let all that be known. I am her true friend from her last breath of life, holding her daughters and Graham's. We all were there. I tried to pick family members up who didn't want to be there for it. That was their choice. It was me that was there, exclamation point 3 times. Yes, long distance friend has called Graham's. Thank you for that. So everyone needs to leave me alone about my son-in-law, H. He is in grieving and has support for me, and stay off this picture. Comments will be turned off today, and a lot of people will be blocked. We are grieving over her. Don't need this crap. Thank you. And this permission to post from everyone. This is the truth, exclamation point 3 times. We all miss Allie, and it was hard to say goodbye to her yesterday. So please, everyone, let the family rest. Thank you. Stop with all the meanness. Thank you. Amber Lee replies, and I'm assuming this is the Amber that was on Andrew's channel. She says to Nala Birds, Graham, True, Hunter, all wanted it. Nala Birds replies, Amber, so not true. I am with all of them right now, and they are all saying it was you that did it, not them. And you called Grams and told her you did one, and the funeral does not even cost that much for Allie. Had you called the funeral home like I did to help Grams, you would have known it didn't cost that much. Sorry, you can block me, but other people may see that me, True, Grams, and Hunter are all right here, and they said no one told you to do that. That was 5 hours ago. Allison replies, one of the children must apply to Nala. This is the woman that's Boy H's caretaker. Hey, Mama Red, it's Bear. This is messed up. Like, all y'all need to mind y'all's business, because if you were my mom's true friend, so obviously she's saying this to Amber, you would have been there, but no one didn't want to come, and her own mother, this makes no sense, and her own mother and sister didn't come. But Red did, and all of us went, but I was there when she took her last breath. I was heartbroken. So I'm assuming this is one of the children, either True or Bear. Nala replies back to Allison's page. Yes, baby girl, it was such a sad moment for all of us. I'm so sorry that you have to go through all of this. I will always be there for you. We will do a release for Allie with her favorite colors for you. Allison Page replies back to Nala. Thank you, but when? Nala replies back to Allison's page. Check your messages. Brandy replies to Nala. Can you let me know when you do that and what colors so I can participate down here in Florida? More replies. God, this is so winded. Nala replies to Brandy, yes, we were talking about next Saturday, and I can have Bear call you so we can all do it together. Brandy replies again to Nala, sounds good, thank you. Nala replies back to Brandy, Allie's favorite colors are green and purple, so we were thinking those colors. Nala replies again to Brandy, you're welcome. Allison replies back, one of the children, I love you, Mama Red. Allison replies again, Mama Red, I love you always and forever. You are the best. Thank you for everything. I appreciate it. Allison Page replies again, okay.
This is terrible. So it was only True and Amber and her mom when Allie passed away?
No. She's saying this to Amber and whoever, that nobody else was there but her, True, and Hunter, and I guess Bear and Grams. I don't know. And she's telling Amber that that Grams didn't tell her to put up the GoFundMe. She did it on her own. But Amber replies, everybody knew about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, David. Talk to you later, honey.
I heard that she had before, because people were talking, that she had a life insurance policy.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just rent the casket, especially if you're going to do.
But they're not doing a casket.
They're not going to do the casket at all. They're just going to do the urn.
You didn't listen to a word. You didn't listen to a word I just said. They're arguing about the cremation. They're arguing that Amber should not have done the GoFundMe, that nobody gave her permission. Amber is saying that they all knew.
That whole part of Tennessee, they all lie. You don't know who to trust. You just don't know. Everybody lies.
Yes, Wisconsin. Yes, that's the point I made. That's the point I was trying to make earlier during this live stream. That this woman is trying to lie back in the cut with no responsibility. When all in all, you all should have been over Hunter in the first place. But because he does what he wants, there's no guidelines for him. That's why he does what he wants to do. He's going from place to place to live, which I find strange. The past couple of years, he's living with this friend, then this woman. You are taking care of a child where your daughter is in the same house having sex with him, which is wrong. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
And that's what I've been trying to make everybody focus on. Scratch all the GoFundMes and the Cash Apps. There's more going on that needs to be addressed, such as that. Why is this boy going from house to house, number one? Number two, why is he in your house and your daughter is having sex with him? If he's in the state's care, they would not approve of that. You see where I'm going?
Oh, no. Unless Amber went to the court pretending like I'm Allison's, good
Not
friend.
Not Amber. The other lady.
Not Amber?
Nala. I know you're getting
Okay.
confused, yeah.
Just to get him, because that's her daughter's boyfriend.
But you can't go and pretend. Listen, you can't pretend to do that. The state has to reach out to you, sweetheart, to ask you about taking care of the child. Somebody has to volunteer the person's name. They don't just go pick out somebody.
No, I took care of my girlfriend that's in the picture with me when her boyfriend years ago beat the hell out of her. She was in the hospital for like a week and a half. And the police came to me and they asked if I would take her two babies at the time.
Okay, but that's what I'm trying to say is that somebody had to ask you. Yeah, but what I'm saying, sweetheart, somebody asked you. You didn't just go volunteer. Somebody has to say, hey, such and such reached out to me and said you might be a possible candidate to take a child in. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Social workers don't know a person's family members when they get a case.
And I did. I definitely took them. I couldn't say no. Give me those babies because I didn't know, what could happen to them. And
Thanks, Divine.
They knew me.
Thank you, sweetheart.
And then her mother, her father comes to my house, right, trying to give me money, and my husband's like, we don't need the money, but they didn't want nothing to do with those babies ever.
Okay.
Now they do because the daughter's in the hospital with concussion, all kinds of damage to her. And then the boyfriend's mother, she came with food And again, my husband's like, you could take your food and bring it back to your house because it was a problem to feed Jamie while she lived there in your home, a little girl, little baby. But now you want to bring food because we were taking care of the kids. So now they want to look good. I don't need your food and I don't need your money.
Okay. Well, you have to go back and watch my live from earlier, but that's how I felt. Is that in the end, that boy H is a child and nobody was supervising him, and that it wouldn't have been appropriate for him, really, when I thought about it, for him to be on the YouTube channel talking or asking for the money, because the woman gets a check for him. So she should be able to give him spending money. He also should be working a job as a teenager. So really there was no need for him to actually have a cash app. The more I, just sat and thought about it, I figured he would probably need some spending money, but then I didn't realize he was in the States caring that this lady was allegedly his foster mother.
Right. And then when he was on Andrew's live, they were asking for money too, and I was like, "Are they in cahoots with this? Are they supposed to split it?" Because Andrew is just as kooky as I don't know what, and then he brings H up, for money. That's all it was for. And then Hunter kept the money. I guess he didn't give it to his dad. I don't know.
Yeah, but they have their own cash app. They don't have to swap money.
Oh.
H had his own cash app.
Yeah, I think H made more money than Andy made that day. I think that's what got Andrew mad, because he made more money.
Yeah, but my thing is, how would you know how much he made unless he told you? You don't know how much a person gets in their cash app.
Oh no.
You'd have to tell him how much you got.
Money. I'm not giving money to any of those whack jobs down there.
Okay.
They're all wacky. They're all liars. Everyone has they just lie.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's sad that all this is playing out on the woman's Facebook page. Is disrespectful. Yeah. And this Nala lady who's taking care of H, allegedly, I don't see her being a proper role model for the obvious reasons. All this back and forth, everybody's throwing daggers at each other, a father and son falling out, then the son goes and gets on another panel with these people. The next thing you know, Amber's back over at Andrew's channel talking bad about H. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, so it's like, so where's the guardian? Where's the guardian over H while all this is going on?
Yeah. She said supposedly the lawyer was calling Hunter to get off YouTube.
The lawyer?
Why does he have a lawyer? Yeah, that's during Andrew's live. Him and Andrew's live. Supposedly his lawyer was telling him to get off the live. Okay,
but you gotta have proof of that, see?
Yeah,
that's the point.
That was all like hearsay in the background. Like, it's your lawyer. It's your lawyer.
Yeah.
I really couldn't figure it out. This is just a shit show.
Yeah.
Because I don't watch Andrew. I just don't like him.
And it's just, and my thing is just that, as I told people before, in the end, no matter what you think of any of the people in the story on the channels and the panels and stuff, the woman had to be buried. That's where people got lost in translation. Everybody's getting all wrapped up in the GoFundMe, then the Cash App. The point is, the woman could not take care of herself. She's in ICU. She needed somebody to be over her affairs. The grandmother should have been the one speaking about Allie and Allie only.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. All this jumping on Facebook, everybody jumping back and forth, speaking and talking and arguing. The grandmother should have been the one to have access to the phone, access to put up a cash app for her, to say, hi, I'm over this. I need donations. I need this. I got to take care of things for her apartment. See, that's something else people don't talk about. The stuff in her apartment, where it's going to go. Do they need to put it in storage? How long do they have to stay? Did she have to stay in her house? Everybody's talking around the subject, but not addressing what the fuck is really the problem.
No.
There was a bigger problem, and nobody could see that.
Yeah, and all it was just to put money into their pockets, not to help Allie with her burial costs, with the apartment. Nothing.
Yeah, because even tonight, even now it's Saturday, I have not heard one person say what happened to the apartment.
No.
Because I told people, I said, maybe H might need money to help get stuff out the lady's house. Him and the sister, they need to move stuff out. They need to put stuff in storage. Where does the sister True stay? See, you haven't heard none of that. Haven't heard anything about the apartment. Haven't heard anything about where True and Baird lives. That's why I tell everybody, you're talking around and around and around.
Yeah, give them to the end of the month to get this stuff out. And whatever isn't out, well, then, you can just throw out or whatever, donate. But give them time if they want anything of their mother.
Yeah, right. If they want anything. Because I don't know what she had. I don't know what she had, didn't have. But I just found it strange that nobody addressed any of that about the state of the apartment. How long they had to stay in there. Who's been living in there? See? Never hear none of that.
Yeah. Because you don't know what's true. Because they only tell you bits and pieces.
Yeah, bits and pieces. I know. That's why I never dwelled on the Cash App situation, because I knew there was more to the story. I was waiting to see how everything was going to unfold. And as you see now, it's Saturday. The ladies passed, and they're bickering back and forth on YouTube. And I thought, well, how's everybody going to go around each other when it's time to have the services and you all are bickering with each other? Then this girl's talking about relatives that didn't want to come to the hospital. Well, who are those relatives? The mother and the sister.
Right.
So that don't make sense for you to 1 minute say Grams was here, but then you say they didn't want to come to the hospital. I'm confused. This is just utter nonsense. Huh?
I would think Allie's mother would be there. I mean, God forbid if that was my child.
Yeah, but she was saying in the post who all's there, and then she slips up and says something about the sister and the mama didn't want to come. So the mother would be Grams. So what is the truth?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Everything they do, everything they say when they're live, it's all a lie. I just don't believe them.
Random commenter. How is he going to pay taxes on something? He doesn't work anywhere. It's just $600, $700. They're not going to know anything about the Cash App, the IRS. It's not enough. It's not enough to tax.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And then, if you, like you said, they gave this 17-year-old boy all this money. To him, that's serious money.
Yeah, of course.
And he's gonna go
do what he wants with it. That's what I was trying to make people understand is that you're putting all your stock into you're putting all this stock into a child, and you wanting this boy to act like an adult, but he's not an adult. So you're giving him money. Whatever he was going to do with the money, he was going to do with it. It didn't mean he was necessarily going to take it and put it on funeral arrangements. And I told people, if he did not say, hey, I need money to pay for my mother's funeral, then he could take the money and do what the hell he wants to do with it. He's going to do whatever he wants with it, even if he said I was going to pay for funeral expenses. And it's not his responsibility to pay the funeral. He's a child.
Exactly.
That was for Grams to do. The mother should have said, I need to appeal to the people to get funds for my daughter expenses, funeral expenses. Not H, not no other friends. The grandmother should have been doing all this negotiating.
Right. And if the grandmother wasn't on YouTube asking for money, then I would tend to believe Allison had some type of
life insurance. Yeah, but the point is, you don't get that money until after everything's been verified. You still have to have money to start your services. So I'm assuming whether she had medical insurance or not, you still got to have money to start the services. Even if you do have life insurance, they don't just pay it because you said the person's dead.
Oh, no. Once
you have to verify everything.
Gets the notification from the hospital, the paperwork that this person is deceased, and they get the information that she does have life insurance, then they know they're going to get paid. Like my girlfriend didn't have any life insurance. Yeah. Nothing. And they did the same thing. It was a GoFundMe. And
not her mother. Oh, okay, Wicks. Okay, I see what you're saying. She means Allie's grandmother was there, but not the mother or sister. I got you. Thank you, sweetie.
Oh, grandma was there?
Yeah. Yeah. Grandmother.
They all have different names.
Yeah, because I got so many people. I keep forgetting. Okay, yeah. Sister.
Grandma.
Sister.
Sherry.
Okay, she said the mother and the sister. That's strange. So the grandmother must be the one with the bun. Okay. Thank you, honey.
Yeah, grandma is the great grandmother. Sherry.
Yeah. I'm calling her grandmother for Allie. That's what I'm saying. Allie's grandmother.
Grandmother for Allie. Yeah, that's grandmother. Yeah, that's grandmother.
See, I don't understand all that. Why are you putting that on? Why would you put that on Facebook?
I don't know, but that just shows you what type of class of people.
Okay, and that's why I said to the chat today, why could you not understand why the boy is wayward? Everybody's pointing fingers at each other. This is the kind of life he was in, okay? When the woman was living and didn't have nothing wrong with her. So if you have this much dysfunction at the end of life, then imagine what was going on when Allie was up and moving about.
Oh, I just think he did whatever he wanted to do. She, what is she going to do? She's honest to God, sorry for saying this. She's heavy. She can't go after the kid. She can't do anything. I don't even think she was around when he left to go with Candace because they both have a different story. Well,
I think she was in the house. I think what it was, like she said, she probably was in the bed and he just peeped in the room and said, "Hey, Mom, can I go with Candace?" And then he left.
Yeah. And he was up all night too. He said that he was out all night.
Yeah, but that's the whole point is that he didn't have any direction. Okay?
No.
He didn't have enough direction. He didn't have adequate parenting because at some point, you just can't keep excusing a child to do whatever they want to do. Somebody has to take responsibility to say, okay, I got to do something with this kid. And obviously nothing was done. And I have a problem with this Nala Birds who's wanting to get on this Facebook page and act like she's there. She was there with Allie at the end, blah, blah, blah. It's still inappropriate, lady, for you to be taking care of a kid that's sleeping with your kid. How the hell is that appropriate?
I'm 59 years old. And if me and George were to go to my mother's house, I would be on the couch and he'd be on the floor far away from me in the living room. Because we would not be close together.
Okay, Peggy.
That's for sure. You know what I mean? Like, it just never happened.
Well,
my boyfriend never came upstairs to my room.
Well, Peggy is talking about Allie was talking to her husband, spoke up and said there's no life insurance. Well, why would Allie lie about that? That makes no sense if that's true. So I don't know. I can't verify any of that, but.
Because I thought she was so sick, she got up and she hit her head and went to this coma.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So then it's like she's doing all this talking. How? If she's in a coma.
Well, maybe before when she was having problems, just health wise.
Yeah.
Like, having to go to the doctor and didn't have the money.
Right. Because my brother had double pneumonia.
Selena, you're funny.
So he immediately went to the hospital, and he was admitted.
What, Ellie?
Because he has no spleen to fight infections.
Oh, okay, Peggy. Okay, she was live talking to Hunter's dad. Okay. Well, how was Allie talking to Hunter's dad? When was this? A long time ago?
I don't know when.
I'm talking to somebody in the chat. Hold on a minute, honey.
Okay.
I'm trying to answer their question. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be rude. Okay. Was this when Allie was? When was this? Peggy. And Ellie, what are you talking about when H was 6? If he wasn't listening at 6. See, I don't know what these people had going on, but I think it's obvious there was no proper rearing. And, this lady's deceased. You're not supposed to talk about the dead, of course, but it's obvious. All this sugarcoating is the reason why you have what you have play out on YouTube this past week. I think it's obvious last week and this week. Mm-hmm. All this he said and she said and finger pointing. And in the end, what did I say? The lady needs to be buried. No matter who you like in the story, don't like, who you believe is scheming, scamming, the lady needs to be buried.
Exactly.
That's the gist of the story. And you all were putting faith in a child when in the end, that's all H is, a child. I don't care if he's wayward, not wayward. Mm-hmm. He's a kid.
He is a kid. He's a
17-year-old boy. Yeah.
With a couple of grand in his hand. And he's going to go out and spend it with him and his girlfriend. And
if he was actually in the state's care, how is that you going to explain that to a social worker? Oh, yeah, he's on a live stream getting money with a father he don't get along with, don't visit, daddy don't pay child support. That just looks bad.
It does. And then he told Hunter
And I'm not saying that Hunter didn't need no money, because he might have some things he needs monies for, but it looks bad if you're the foster mother and you're getting money for him. See, that's a slippery slope right there.
Yeah. I think Andrew did it trying to get to get money, because wasn't he charging money for Hunter to answer questions
Ellie.
at one point?
So what, honey?
In the beginning?
I can't hear you.
Oh, in the beginning, supposedly, Andrew was charging money for Hunter to answer questions.
Yeah, something. Yeah, he was. Yeah, $5 and all that stuff. Yeah.
And then in the beginning, he told Hunter, just imagine, this is your father, but more like this, God forgive me for saying this, a sperm donor. He told Hunter over the phone that the only reason why you're there, that you're here, is because me and your mother had a one-night stand.
Yeah.
Now, that's not nice to say about a lady that's in the hospital.
Yeah.
It just shows that you're the same way.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I'm saying.
Why
So you can't point the finger at a child when he's a product of your gene pool.
Exactly.
And then even if Hunter didn't want to act like his father, it's in the genes. That's what people don't really understand about genealogy. You could try your best not to act like a certain person and end up being just like them, have their ways, their tics, all of that.
Yeah. Just like people that do drugs, they can have kids, and some of the kids are completely against drugs.
Exactly.
And they go on and they be successful because they don't want to be like their parents. And then you'll have the other children that either marry one or they become one. Because I seen it with my own eyes. You know, I was like, oh, look at that. Like, she didn't do drugs. Good for her.
Yeah.
But yet she married a guy that was a junkie and was in the methadone program, just like her mother.
Well,
and then he just died too.
It's just, as I said in the title of this video, will there finally be peace in the valley? And I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think so.
No. If you're still chatting on the that woman, she's threatening about the Facebook page, it's going to come down, we're going to block people. Well, you obviously don't have access to the page, or you would have done it already.
Yeah. And this just gives people more things to talk about.
Exactly. Great point.
It doesn't stop.
Great point. You telling the people don't comment. Stop putting mean things on the page, but you're steady spitting more he said, she said on the page.
Yeah. And for hours, I popped through this guy's page.
Hey, Orange.
And that was topic. Allie, Hunter, Andrew.
Yeah.
And everybody else in between.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Being
pregnant. Well, if True's pregnant, again, her mother, you have a boyfriend. Well, we're going to go to the doctor and we're going to put you on some birth control because we're not having children when you're a teenager. Simple as that.
And that's what's even more crazy.
Right?
Like I said, this lady taking care of H, he's having sex with her daughter, and then the rumor is she's pregnant or not, they don't got no business having sex with each other. And they don't got no business living in the same house together.
And then it's twins. Supposedly it's twins. And I'm just like, oh, God.
Well, I don't really care if it's twins or not. See, I tell people I don't get wrapped up in all that kind of stuff. Because it's principle. Why are they in the same house? That's why I tell people, you're not focusing on what's important. Twins, triplets, doesn't matter. They don't need to be in the same house, and they're having sexual relations.
But like I said, if
you're not having sex, you can't have one or twins. Come on now.
No, but
stay woke.
To the courthouse, with blue eyes. I'm Allie's, good friend, and I'm willing to take in Hunter, not knowing that Hunter's,
yeah, she probably already knew that. So you got to have proof on all that. You don't know anything. That's the whole point of this story. You don't know if that woman already knew that her son and that boy was messing with her daughter, and then he can't stay with this lady, Leslie, whomever. Now he needs a place to stay. So now, I'll take him in. You shouldn't take in no child that's sleeping with your kid. See, I don't know which came before. That's the whole point of the story. You don't know anything because they talk in riddles. They don't want to tell the truth about why, number one, he's in the state's damn care. That's what I want to hear. You know, Andrew wanted to keep talking. This Amber jumps up, throws H under the bus to do the live with Andrew. Why will you all not say what he has been doing? Where is the money that was stolen? How was it stolen? Cash, checks, debit card? What happened? Did you call the bank? What did the bank say? Was there a police report? All this fucking live streaming, but you don't hear nothing about basic shit.
Yeah, like the consequences. Why wasn't Hunter arrested for stealing Allie's money? Or did you not want to press charges, Allie? Or is this another bullshit story? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
is this
you don't hear nothing.
Story?
She sat up there 29 minutes. 29 minutes talking to Andrew, and you never mentioned what happened to the money.
Right.
The stolen money. Wouldn't that have been the opportunity? You're talking bad about him, so why don't you talk about that? Oh, and by the way, the money, he took the money, we went to the bank, or the debit card, it was on the debit card, it was on this date, it was this amount of money. Nothing. What's he been doing? Oh, I poked him in the head and he was, you know, all that threatening him. You're threatening a child on a live stream. That shows you stupid as hell. And then you don't tell nobody what him and Allie were fighting about and why they weren't getting along. Why was he in the state's care in the first place? Is he actually in the state's care? See, you don't have no receipt to none of that bullshit. Then somebody gets on the Facebook page and say, Andrew made it up about the social worker. That no social worker ever called him. That he lied. That he ain't spoke to no social worker.
Right. And why would a social worker call him? Because he hasn't been in this.
That's what I was saying to myself. That don't even sound right.
It doesn't. It's like, oh, hello, Mr.
And the food. Why would a social worker be taking food when this Nala Bird is supposed to be taking care of them? Bingo card. I tell you, people don't listen.
Exactly.
We have given you a medical card, EBT card, whatever, to take care of the kid. I don't have to bring you shit. For what?
Oh, no. Mm-mm. No.
I tell people will believe anything a person says off their tongue.
Oh, they do.
You think I'm gonna believe anything the father has to say when he is basically telling you he likes asking for money every day, begging for money? You think I'm gonna believe anything about a social worker? You think I'm gonna believe anything he has to say? He doesn't even live in Tennessee. He don't see his son. The only thing he can get from Kingsport is if Allie told him something. Well, she's been down. What can she tell you from ICU? Nothing.
Right. And I really don't think she was on good terms with him. He doesn't do anything.
I thought the same damn thing. Why am I calling this motherfucker? Why am I calling this motherfucker to tell him what the fuck our son is doing when he ain't doing shit for him? Mm-hmm. That's a waste of phone call. But you have women who will do it. Men will do it. Call people who they know don't even have to take care of their kids to cry and moan about what the child is doing. I wouldn't call Andrew and tell him shit.
Oh, God, no. Mm-mm. Nope, he's not involved. So there's nothing he could say except talk about his stupid, supposedly gang life. You don't tell your child anything like that.
Cindy, exactly. No social worker would speak on this. Not to him anyway, because he's not allegedly an active part of the child's life. So I can't see a social worker speaking to somebody who is not an active part of the child's criteria. That doesn't really make any sense. That's like calling Boo Boo the clown and say, hey, I want to talk to you about this kid that you don't take care of. That doesn't really make any logical sense. Huh?
They'd have to interview him. And if I would check out his domain, and I can imagine what his house is like.
Well, we already know what his house is like.
Huh?
We already know what his house is like. He sits up and plays video games and do live streams.
Right. So what? You're not even father material to even get information from him. Yeah. You know, they probably looked at him and said, yes. Oh, God, no.
Gloversville Carnival. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Somebody put that in the chat. It's just sad, though, because, like I said, I told people, you know, I'm not trying to uphold Hunter. What I'm trying to make people understand is that he's a child and that you've put your faith in a child when common sense should have told you, I probably shouldn't donate to this kid because how do I know, you know, what he's going to do with the money? It may have started out, it seemed like a good idea because I said it. I said, well, maybe he needs some things, you know, if they have to leave that apartment. I don't know what he's got don't got. See, I didn't even know where he was living. So that's why I said why I didn't make a big deal about the Cash App. Because I just didn't know what the situation was.
Yeah.
Where he stayed, where he was living. I didn't know anything. I didn't know nothing about this lady. So that's why I didn't make a big deal about the Cash App. Because I didn't know where the hell he was staying. I'm just now finding out he stays with her.
Right.
Allegedly. Yeah. And supposed to be a foster care mother. So then my mind started wandering like, wait a minute, Angela. Think this through. Why would he need to be Cash Apping anybody if he's in a staged care? She's supposed to be getting money for him any damn way.
Oh, yeah. And good money, too.
And that's what I'm saying. And when they're at that age, 17, you're supposed to be giving them some of that money for spending money.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he wouldn't need no Cash App. He didn't need to put a Cash App up there.
Right. And when you are like a foster parent, you're supposed to guide them into adulthood. Like,
yeah. No, she's not doing that. It's obvious she wants to sit back and do just what Andrew did. She did what Andrew did. She did what Amber did. Yeah. Everybody's pointing the fingers at everybody. But to me, she is no different than any of them because you're sitting here letting this boy lay up in your house while he's having sexual relations underage, not married, with your child. Rumors that she's pregnant, not pregnant. Twins, no twins. And you think that's okay. Then you're calling him your son-in-law when he ain't even old enough really to be married to nobody. Now, some states will let children marry at 16, 17. I don't know if it's allowed in Tennessee, but I don't really care about that. It's just the way it all looks. It's just inappropriate, in my opinion. The boy needs guidance. He has not gotten guidance all this time. So you look at the fact of all the trouble he's probably been in. Whatever was going on between him and Allie, why are you now taking care of him? For what reason? And he ain't doing no better than when he was with allegedly Leslie, grandmama, or whoever.
Living with that girl, with that lady. He's just going to do the same
exactly.
He's going to do what he wants to do.
Blind leading the blind.
Yeah, and then it'll be the same cycle in the county jail, out of the county jail.
Let me say this.
I think he should go into the army.
Yeah, he needs to go. He needs to go to the military. He needs to go get a job or go to college. If he can go to a community college, he needs to do something. Let me say this to Nala, and then I'm gonna check out of here because I'm 3 hours in. You put all this stuff on Facebook, bickering back and forth about supporting Allie. You're the true friend. You held her hand. All that. I've already said this in the earlier live. Please go back to the beginning of this live to get my real opinion of this case situation. Was Boy H living with you in November of 2023? That's what I'd like to know, Nala Birds. Because if Boy H was living with you in November, he posted a picture with a weapon in his lap and his face is blocked out. So he took the picture with the camera facing down toward his crotch. Let me say this to you for the last time. You the last person that needs to have Boy H. Because if we find out that that picture was taken in November and he was in your care, you need your tail whipped. So all this bullshit you posting to social media about how you was a good friend to Allie, you the only one there, nobody wanted to come around, Pookie, Ray, mama, grandmama, whoever, sister, brother, cousin, what type of person are you to willingly know your daughter is laying up in the house with a man, wannabe man, in the state's care, posting pictures of weapons, flashing money? That's the role model you want for your daughter?
Yeah, right.
Your daughter cussing every 5 words on a Facebook page. Oh, Queen didn't look at all of it. But then you want to come over to Facebook on Allison's page and play the victim and tell people what they can and can't say on the page. You are no different than the people talking junk on the page.
Oh,
you are not.
She's going to be the new person.
You are not a good example. You are not a good example for him.
No.
You are also not a good example for your children. I said it. Angela, Big Ange, Queen said it to you. Dirty Red, Nala, whoever the hell you are no different than Andrew. You are no different than anybody else that failed him because you are also aiding the bullshit. you are aiding it as well. So now you got to ask that question. If the picture was taken in November and he was living with you, that means you have a GUN in your house. Checkmate.
And just by him holding it, just by him handling it, well, now you're going to have the detectives want to know where it is. Because they have to see if that GUN is connected to any deaths somewhere.
Well, I'll tell you what. Somebody need to do a 360 down in Kingsport. Somebody need to check everybody's house. Somebody need to talk to the social worker if the social worker even exists. See, you don't even have no receipts to none of this stuff.
Oh, no, it's just, you're just.
That's why I keep telling everybody, you keep running over to this man's channel, listening to all this bullshit. You don't have a receipt to nothing. This is just like the Summer Wells case. Just a bunch of people talking, and you don't even know what's the truth or not. Don't you see? This is why they all were friends.
And every night, that's all you see. It's the same thing. The
This is why
a video
they
and just tear
were
it apart
friends.
and for 4 or 5 hours. And it's like, what the hell is going on here?
Dysfunction. This is why all of them were friends. The children played together. She running out. Yeah. She running away from home from Kingsport. Wake up.
She's running away to Don and Candace's house. Well, that should tell you something's wrong. Because Don and Candace, their house was the party house. You know? Supposedly, the oldest boy was drinking and smoking too with them. God only knows. But that's what that girl ran away to.
Exactly.
That's why they weren't allowed to go to their house, because that's where they ran away to. And
listen to somebody's comment. Holy Smith, why then she had not taken this pew to the police department and informed his probation officer? Unbelievable. Exactly. He's not even supposed to have a weapon, lady. Nobody on probation is supposed to have a weapon, whether they're a felon or not. You're not supposed to be in any pool house. You're not supposed to drink. You're not supposed to imbibe in drugs. You're not even supposed to hang with other people who are convicted felons. Not saying he's a felon, but just saying. This is why I kept trying to tell everybody, you're focusing on the wrong shit.
Right.
I get it. You don't want to be used. You don't want to get used. You don't want to give your money to people who you think ain't going to do with the money. But like Oprah Winfrey once said, once you give the person the money, they can do what the hell they want with the money.
Exactly. And you can't bitch about it. Oh, I gave her $1,000. She said she was going to go do this today. Well, people lie. People lie for money.
Exactly. Hey, my light bill due. I need $60. Okay. You give them the money. And what did I say? Next week, the lights are off.
Yeah. I mean, give me a chance. Let me make up a good story. Maybe I could get some money off of some people. If I, not that I would, but I guess if you get a good enough story, people, they feel sorry for you. And they give.
I'm going to say it.
If you're a YouTuber, forget it. Because there was this one guy, I won't mention his name. He used to have his Cash App running the whole time he talked about summer. It was Cash App, his number, and that one and another one. 2 things where you could donate money. And those 2
I think she's got a boyfriend, Sweet Tea. She dates some dark-skinned black guy. I went over to his Facebook page. I don't know if they're still dating or not. She says they're in a relationship. I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead, finish what you're gonna say. And I'm gonna take you down. Go ahead, finish.
Oh no, the guy that talks about summer, when he stopped doing it because I guess people were
Well, see, that's the point I've been trying. But the thing people got to understand is that YouTube is a hustle. The person who owns YouTube makes money off our content. Right. We don't get all the money if you're monetized. So in the end, it doesn't matter what you talk about. Whether you monetize your videos or not, whether you monetizing the videos about missing people, this and that, it really would be defeating the purpose if you're just going to sit up here and talk on the YouTube and then you're just doing it for what? Just to be talking. You understand what I'm saying? That's how YouTube makes the money. They want you to have your videos monetized. That's for them to get paid.
Oh, yeah. And like I said,
That's the purpose of them. That's the purpose of them offering you the partnership. It don't matter what you're talking about. Once you monetize your own videos, okay, you can either put it on the thing, monetize it, don't monetize it. It's your choice. People get mad. Well, you shouldn't be talking about missing people and have your video monetized. Then why are we up here then? That's what people don't understand. Exactly. It is a money business, regardless of Cash App or not.
And this one lady will say, I don't make any money except for super chats and blah, blah, blah. No, I think you do make money, because if you don't make money and you're saying you're pulling the money out of your own pocket, how are you surviving?
Yeah, well, you'd have to have another job. You'd have to have a job. You have to have a job for that.
Yeah, well, she does have a job, but supposedly she has like 5 kids.
Well, maybe she has a lot of viewers. If you have a lot of viewers, all I can say is that's how you make the money, honey, is by the views.
By the views? Okay. So
yeah.
How
yeah. Every 1,000 views, you get a couple dollars for the content.
Okay.
So why do you think you see these people running out here doing the most acrobats, jumping out of helicopters and planes to talk to people, find people, hunt them down, do this? It's because they know you come in to the chat to see who's on the panel. They get all those views. You get paid a few dollars for those views, per 1,000 views.
Have millions.
That's what I'm saying. So there's people who are really making a lot of money from YouTube, because they have a lot of viewership.
Yeah. There's one, my grandson used to watch a YouTube channel, just stuff, and he's an adult, and he would open up a toy, and that was his content.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I kept trying to make everybody understand when they get so mad about all that. It doesn't matter what you talk about. It doesn't matter what you talk about. There's people who do that. They show stuff that they order from Amazon, or they show you the latest thing at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Or that sound, that word.
Hey, I'm going to the thrift store today. Come along with me. That's why one of my videos, I had to go in the thing to get it erased out because I showed her content that day. I was in the dark, and the girl was showing how to, redo the cabinets. Well, she's a YouTuber, but I was watching it through Roku, but it doesn't matter. YouTube caught it and realized she's a YouTuber. So they want to give my proceeds naturally to her because she's on the screen of my YouTube video. So I wasn't going to get the money from my video because she's playing in the background. So, I had to put a stop to that. Because I didn't think no more about it at the time when I was filming it. I said, you probably need to turn this off because YouTube will probably flag it. And they did.
Yeah. But just really, if you think about it, you had this one little girl that went missing. The parents, I think, didn't think it was going to blow up to this magnitude that it did. And then you got all these little cockroaches that came out. And they all want to talk about Don and Candace and think they know all about them.
Crystal.
It's like, shut the hell up.
So funny. Crystal said some dude sleeping on YouTube. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that comment is so funny. Girl, y'all are crazy. He went to sleep.
I think they like him. I do. Once he starts talking
and
he's nice,
they
get all like gaga. Like
what? Oh my God. What? Over Andrew? Who are you talking about? Andrew? Don. Oh, okay.
Don
sorry.
Until he gets mad at you. Once he gets mad at you, then you're called every.
Well, he's an actor. He's an actor, like what people call the crisis actor, whatever. He's done this all his life. That's why he knows how to turn on the charm and then flip out and call you a bitch or nigger. That's just who he is. And that's the thing I've tried to make people understand about these people in these storylines. This is who they are. Yeah. It has nothing to do with the little girl missing, the children taken into state's care. This is who they are anyway. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just so happen to have a missing kid, 3 kids in foster care, a boy over here in Kingsport Way where mother can't control him, just so happen to have a father in New York that don't do a damn thing. They were like this anyway.
Yeah, and then he comes down to Tennessee with a truckload of Mexicans in a U-Haul. What's that about? You know, it's...
They were trying to move.
So
Listen, Anna, they were trying to move here, sweetheart.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly.
All right.
That's the version they gave.
Yeah.
Something happened with the house. It didn't fall through, them trying to rent a house or something. So they went back to New York. That was the version. Don't know how true that is.
Okay.
So
yeah, except for Jose. Jose was being loved.
well, he probably was just trying to find him somewhere else to sleep. He's a man.
Yeah, oh God.
You understand what I'm saying? He's a man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they don't care.
Why would I want to stay in New York? It's harder living. Things are expensive. If I got a way to find somewhere else to live, hell yeah, I'm gonna take the opportunity to go find somewhere else, a warmer climate. Why not?
Yeah.
That was the purpose. That's the purpose. That was the purpose of leaving New York. He had sense. He had more sense than they had. Hey, I ain't going back to New York. It ain't nothing up there. We were leaving any damn way.
I never even heard where Andrew's from. Like,
he's from New York.
That's way upstate, like up by the lakes.
Okay.
You know, we're way down south. Yeah, like, I could literally walk to Manhattan. I've done it before. We've walked to the tip of Manhattan. Me and my boyfriend.
Well,
you know, just walked. Yeah.
Let's go here. Let's go here before I check out here because I'm way over my time. What will be the end story to the boy H? Because now Allie's gone. She's one less person for somebody to point the finger at. He's about to become an adult. What's next? Because really, this story is about to end. Yeah, since he's about to be an adult.
Stay with that girl, with his girlfriend, and
until
if he ages out, then maybe he'll marry her. I don't know.
Until
and then go for a hug. Do the same thing like mommy did. I don't know.
Listen, the thing that Hunter should have done was asked the state to emancipate him so he could stop going from place to place. All he had to do was finish getting the GED, sign up for some courses at a community college or take a trade, go get a job, save your money while finding somewhere to live, and then buy your car and move on. Mm-hmm. He could go get HUD. He could get HUD. He could apply for a voucher. There's help for him because he's underage. This is why I don't understand why nobody was trying to help him get on his feet so he could stop moving around and going place to place, house to house.
Or they don't want him to move on. They want him to stay stagnated, you know? So it's more about control or something. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what Amber said. Well, that's what Amber said about the grandmother and the sister. They were always trying to control Allie about her children, which I didn't understand what she meant. So I was like, well, why don't you explain that? She couldn't explain that. 29 minutes of nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of accusations, but she didn't explain any damn thing.
No. And whenever you're on, if you ever listen to Andrew, he has, whatever he talks about, it's like a riddle. You know, I watched him that day with Hunter, and I could say it was the first time I ever truly watched the whole show of him, because I don't like him. I don't like his weight. I don't like his energy. I just don't like him. Like, he just popped up to gain notoriety because he's Hunter's father. Now he'll admit he's Hunter's father. But he wouldn't admit that Hunter is his son years ago when he was born. You know, I'm not his father. I want nothing to do with that child until he had a chance to make money off him.
Just jacked up.
Yeah,
only jacked up. Well, Orange says he has time to change his life. I pray he does one day. He will be a man, hopefully a better dad than his biological dad. Well said, right. Orange. And that's the reason why I said he's still young. These other people are older and just old fools. Hunter, his sister, and the other sister, they have a whole life ahead of them if they choose to walk a good path, right path, the best path that they can find. Choices that they make. So that's that. But the point is, it's still nothing wrong with trying to rear people, even if they're going into adulthood, to say, you know, you might want to do this, you might want to do this. I understand you're grown, but you might want to do this. You know, somebody still needs to be there to guide them so they can make better life choices, because the sister now is getting ready to have a baby. And I don't know where she stays, if she has her own house. Does she have her own car? I haven't heard that Hunter has a car. I haven't heard that he has a driver license. I haven't heard that the sister has a driver license. So those are the things that people should be focused on besides this other bullshit. But if nobody is leading you in that path to say, hey, let's take you to the DMV. Hey, let's take the course in school so you could get a driver license. Stagnant is right. Just like when she made the comment, just like when this woman made the comment, she was riding them around, taking them around in the snow. That goes back to the shit I said the other day. You mean to tell me nobody had a car in Allie's house? That's why I keep telling people.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the stuff that's sitting in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
They are spinning you the story, but you don't want to listen.
Right. Because in that story, you will find
the truth. Exactly. Thank you.
You will find that truth
girl, let me tell you something. I've been knew what was going on in Kingsport without knowing them. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I watch everything. I paid attention at the Chris Madonna interview. That interview told me everything I needed to know about Allie and her kids without me ever touching Kingsport soil.
There's a reason why that interview was conducted out on that balcony, on their little porch, because I can guarantee you that house was a shithole too. And she's talking about, what's her face, Candace, having a dirty house. Can you really picture Allie scrubbing away, scrubbing that bathroom down?
Well, I thought it was strange. You have a actual dining table on your front porch. You know, I understand people in the South do odd things that people don't do up north and the East Coast, but it is odd for some of us to put a good table on a front porch. You put a lawn chairs and lawn table on a front porch, back porch, not a regular table. But that's something usually street people, poor people do. Not trying to judge nobody, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's hot. It was hot in June, July. Too hot to be outside conducting an interview.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You go inside a restaurant. They could have went to Pizza Hut. They could have went to a nice little restaurant that didn't have a lot of people. They all could have sat around, ordered hors d'oeuvres. He could have paid for hors d'oeuvres for everybody. And they could have done the interview in a really small place that didn't have a lot of noise. Probably would have been hard because usually there's, music playing in restaurants, whatever. But outside was not the place to conduct an interview.
Oh, God, not in that heat.
But
it was weird. Like if you watched Allie and you just watched them, it's like they were giving signals, like with their hands and their fingers, like shut up, like don't say that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I understand what you're saying. A lot of people, felt like she was guiding him and all that. I was just I just paid attention to what was obvious. You're sitting outside in the heat. The mother is half dressed. And what she had on was not appropriate because of her size. I just paid attention to all of that. Pictures I've seen of her with stains on her clothes. Didn't care if somebody took the picture. The fact she was hanging with Candace. We now have seen how Candace and Don live, how Candace carries herself. The fact they do the live streams inebriated and high and drunk. But Allie, she was a part of that though. See?
Oh, yes, she was.
Whether she did it or not, she still was friends with her. And that's where I said they were evenly yoked. No matter that they fell out, they still hung around each other.
Good friends. They were good friends. Allie was up there all the time. They went places together. So you had a friendship with this girl, and don't say you didn't, because you did. Because with this Hunter saying someone's like a sister to him, and it gets that way sometimes if you're close enough. Like like my girlfriend's kids, they were like my kids. You know, I would do anything for them. And I told them that when she passed away, like, don't think you're alone, because you're not. You know,
Yeah.
you can come to me. You know, I will do anything I can in my power for you.
Yeah.
Because now you have no, you know, they don't even have their father.
Yeah.
He died 2 years ago from lung cancer from 9/11. He was down there cleaning up the next day. And then he had the lung cancer. So, like, they don't have anybody, but, like, I would never tell anybody anything bad that they might have done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any secrets. That stays with me. What would I get out of talking about her in a bad way when she's supposed to be, like, my best friend? You know, or any friend. I just wouldn't put I wouldn't two-face. That's what they all are two-face. They tell you what you want to hear, as long as that camera's rolling. They all lie and two-face each other.
Well, we live and we learn.
That's why I won't even watch it.
Yeah.
Tell me when they find Summer. You know, if they find her body.
Well, it'll be something else. It'll be something else because next month it'll be Hee Haw month. So, because her birthday. Yeah.
Supposedly they saw her down in North Carolina in a bin that said
Wales. Yeah.
214.
216.
Oh, 216. Okay, I'm sorry, but that story made no sense, and everybody was ripping that apart.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's when I leave. I just can't listen to ripping apart stories all night. Play a little bit, stop it, talk about it. It's like, oh, we saw what was said. I don't need you to dissect it.
Yeah.
And they do. You know, anything that somebody says, it's a topic.
Okay.
You know. They'll be talking about Allison tonight because she passed away.
Yeah.
So they're gonna talk nasty about her.
Yeah.
Everything that she did bad. But then they'll praise her towards the end because they're all Christian.
Yeah.
You know. That's how good a Christian they are.
I just think, you know, like they say, it's not good to talk ill about the dead, but at some point there have to be some acknowledgement of poor child rearing. So it is what it is. And now he's almost an adult. This is the point in life where people are going to not care because he's now grown. So whatever you do now as an adult, you're on your own.
Oh yeah, this is when prison comes into play. You know, there's no more probation. There's no more nothing. It's prison, and there you go. You know, and
yes,
I just think Hunter did what he wanted to do at a young age, and Allie probably didn't care as long as he was out of her hair. You know, and that's just about it. And now he's going to be an adult, and hope to God he changes.
Yeah, well, he has time to change. That's the point.
Yeah,
he has time to change.
If you don't, your life is just going to be in and out of jail, and
it'll just be a YouTube video. That's all.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
all. More content for YouTube. Sadly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This will go on for another 5 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, unfortunately.
But the gist of the story, he can control all that. That's the thing.
Right.
He has control over how he wants to navigate from here on out. So if he wants to navigate towards foolishness and any type of illegal activity, that would be his choice. And that's how I look at it.
And that won't be his choice.
That's on him.
So if I was you, I you can marry your girlfriend when she gets old enough, and you can go into the service, and there is housing. You know, they will give her.
I don't see him. Anna, you know, what? I doubt that he wants to do the military, honey.
Oh no.
Somebody has to tell you what to do in the military. So I don't see him wanting to do that.
He's not going to want to be told.
I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't see him wanting to be in the military.
No. Can you see him running? No.
What?
Get up and give me 15.
He don't got no teeth either. What?
He has no teeth?
AH. Who are you speaking of, Hagen?
Who, me?
No, Hagen. I'm talking to somebody in the chat.
Okay.
Says AH. He don't got no teeth either. Who are you speaking of, Hagen? Oh, Andrew. Yeah. We know he don't have no teeth. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go, Anna, so I can get out of here because I'm almost at 4 hours. Okay. Thanks for talking to me. Anytime, baby. Okay. Bye bye.
Oh yeah.
Bye bye.
Anytime. Call me.
Okay.
I like this now.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye, everybody in chat.
Okay. That's one of the chat members. We were talking. The link. I'm talking to people through my IG, sweetheart. Through my Instagram. I didn't want to hold everybody so long, so I've got to get some dinner in me. It's stand for all children, praise for Allie and family. Yes, something needs to give because it's just sad to me. But as I told people, this is expected. When you have dysfunction, you have people who don't want to take responsibility, especially for children. This is what you get. Everything you saw me read off the Facebook page. If you need verification for anything I repeated in this live pertaining to Allie Harris, it's in the Facebook post. So if you have a problem with anything said, I say you take it up with the people who are orchestrating her Facebook page. Because that's what it's about. And one can't even South Carolina don't put the dining room. Jennifer. So crazy. But, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but what I'm saying is I watch things. And so what somebody else may not be paying attention to, during a live stream, video, it don't matter if it's Facebook Live, it's all the same. It's just things you pick up on. You're watching things. You're looking at how people look, how they dress, what they got on. And I noticed that too. She was eyeing the person that was filming the live, while Chris was talking to Boy H. And I kept saying to myself, well, who's she looking at? So I said, well, she's looking at the person who's filming. And I remember somebody in the chat said, oh, that's his wife. His wife is filming the live stream. And Allie looked her up and down. It was so weird. She just did like this. And I thought, okay, what's going on here? And then it dawned on me. She probably was looking at the lady, probably looking at how she was dressed, whatever she had on that summer day. And then she's probably thinking about herself, what she had on that day. We don't have to go into details of what Allie had on that day. We all know what she had on. But she looked at her so strangely. I caught that during that live. You're welcome. I don't have access, but my sins have been denied for as little as a tattoo. Time crime, what are you talking about? Okay, I don't know what that's about. But anywho, if you need to go back to get my commentary pertaining to Boy H, the sisters, everybody involved, you have to go back to the beginning of this live. I don't want to have to recap everything I said, but I just feel like most people who have been watching the content play out the past week, they have not focused on what is relevant. Is how you got to this point in the first place. With the father, the mother, the live streams, the panel, Cash App, GoFundMe. You weren't paying attention. Because if you were paying attention, you would have seen the reason why you're at this place, looking at the live streams, so on and so forth, is because the people in the story are dysfunctional. And they didn't have their priorities together, such as rearing the children properly. That's the point I was making. And that now, one of those children will be grown soon, and it won't matter anymore about social work, social worker, state's care. He'll be an adult. and he will age out of foster care if that is true. If he doesn't go to school, get a job or a trade where the person can still get funds for him by the state of Tennessee. You can still be taken care of up until 21 in this state if you are going to trade, college, community college. You have to show your records, your grades, in order for the person who's over you to still, get funds and Medicaid or whatever for you, dental care, whatever. So a lot of people probably don't know that. So I'm telling you, he can still be taken care of by the state if indeed he is. Because see, I don't really know, because I don't know what to believe. Up until 21. But he has to be in a program such as college, community college, some type of trade school to still get assistance from the state of Tennessee. So there you have. And he will be held accountable for his deeds when you are an adult. Exactly like Superior. And that's the gist of the story. This will pass. As the scriptures say, this too shall pass. All of what you've seen play out from 2021 up until today, all this will end once he turns 18. What he chooses to do with his life from there on is his choice. Who he decides to deal with, this lady, her child, his own family members, his choice. How they choose to navigate, their choice. But the buck stops with him becoming an adult. And that's just that. And I pray for his sake, he gets his life together and he finds his way in the world and he makes better choices and he hangs around people who actually like him and care for him and can be of service to him in a positive manner. Not a manner to, steer him down the wrong path or manipulate him or use him or whatever. That's what he needs. That's what he needs. That's what everybody needs if they want to try to live right. Whether you grown or you 17, it don't matter. Everything's on you. And that's the point. And what I was trying to get everybody to focus on was that, the lady needed burying. Argue all day about this. The lady needed to be buried. That was what the goal was supposed to have been. Not all this old extra stuff. But everything got lost in the translation, with the going up on panels and cash apps and all that. And people forgot he was just a kid. He's a child. You can't expect him to do right if he already been doing wrong. I mean, come on. And you already know once you donate to something, it don't matter if it was Hunter or if it was to the Salvation Army. Once you put your money in the pot, it's gone. Can't get it back. It's not like going to the reward fund for something and there's stipulations with a reward. I can ask for this money to be back if this, and this, and then you go from there. The same thing. Cash App ain't like that. I think most of you know that. Now, one thing I would say about the Cash App, and I've had experience with this years back, you can request your money back on Cash App, for those who did not know that. You can also call the number, or not the number, but you can, request it back and give the reason why you want it back. And then they will investigate if you felt like it was fraudulent, you didn't mean it, you was sleepy, you know what I mean. And you can request it back, and then you can see if the person will send it back. Did anybody ever try to do that? Go into the Cash App to request your money back from either of these people who you felt you were duped by? I haven't heard that. Just saying. Say what? I don't know what you're saying. Randall says, I hope the best for H. He's the only one who can make those changes. Got his whole life ahead of him. Yes. Thank you, Selena. Yeah, we had a good time tonight. Despite the passing of Miss Allie, but yes. After that, we tried to lighten the load up a little bit. But yes, he's in control now. So my thing is, I'm not concerning myself, any further with what anybody's doing. I pray that they got the money, to prepare for the services. I will keep checking the Kingsport Times to see if they've put up an obituary. I'll bring you that said information when they put up one. I'm assuming they will, put up a public obituary for her. And then I'll show you the obituary and post it to my community page. I thoroughly enjoyed this live tonight, and I thank you all for joining me and taking part of my hypothetical "What would you do?" Segment of this live stream. I will probably come back later, maybe tomorrow. So I probably need to rest up, and I'll bring you some more hot topics. Briefly during this live stream, we touched on the case of the 3 men who were murdered. 3 men found deceased out in Kansas City, found frozen to death at their friend's house. The 3 guys went to this guy's home for a football game, Kansas City Chiefs, and they were found frozen 2 days later. Don't know the circumstances. Autopsies are being performed. We will go and wait until the autopsy is done to see what actually happened to those 3 fellas. GoFundMes have been set up for them for care, aftercare, and some services have already transpired this weekend. Mr. Harrington's, his is going to be celebration of friends tomorrow. You can Google it and then you can get the information pertaining to that. But prayers to those family members, Miss Marquez and the sister and all the family members of the 3 men. I don't know what happened to them. There are a lot of hypotheses going around TikTok, YouTube about what happened to the guys. I'm not here to make any accusations of what happened to them. I just know it's a strange case, and I feel like it's something deliberate because the friends' actions afterwards seems very suspicious. Thank you for joining me. You all have a wonderful weekend. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, Hippie. God bless you too. Thank you, Ellie, Orange. Who else I got in here? Okay, Ellie's following it. Okay, thank you, TC. Thank you. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Prismo. Thank you, Elizabeth. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? Happy Saturday, everybody. Please stay warm. It's 16 degrees here in the high 10. Last time I checked. Hold on. Let me see. It's probably colder than 16 because it's wicked out here. Let me see. It's 10 degrees. It is 10. 9:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 10. And I'm about to freeze in here. Thank you, Lori. Lori Shortlegs. Thank you. Oh, Beverly. Yes, my alter ego. Yeah, Beverly came out during this live stream. If you want to see the Queen Crump, just go back on replay and you'll be like, I'm sure somebody's not going to like me tonight out of Kingsport. I don't care. I call a spade a spade. I'm a champion for the children. Everybody else, they take a back seat. You're not a child, I ain't worried about you. So long as you're a child, I'm going to champion for you. Even those that act a little dusty, you got to pray for them. And that's the message I've been trying to send pertaining to this case, from Rogersville on the Kingsport, New York and back. These are kids we're talking about. So, I don't expect this boy to be a perfect kid. Whatever his motivations were for whatever he was asking for, he's got to live with that. That's what people got to understand. Once the choice has been made, that person has to stand account for that somewhere down the road. If their intentions were not genuine, he's got to stand account for that. You don't have to stand account for that. And that's the joy of responsibility. It ain't me. I ain't got to worry about it. All I can say is just pray for him. Pray for him. Pray for them kids. Pray for all these people in the story because a lot of the adults are jacked up. Especially from reading the post from that woman that's taking care of him, Nala. They're all jacked up. All the pointing fingers at each other. Stuff that you're not even supposed to be putting on Facebook. And that's something I've been wanting to talk about. I've been putting that off too. Accountability on social media. What to put on social media and not to put on social media. Family problems, job problems, calling people out by their government names, what they did, didn't do, allegations. It's very dangerous. No different than what I'm doing up here, talking about these people. You never know how things can pop off. It's just certain things you just shouldn't be putting on Facebook. And one thing I don't agree with Facebook, which is what they did on Allison's page, all that explaining yourself. Why? If you know who you are, why are you worrying about what somebody else thinks? You don't owe nobody no explanation. You don't think you did anything wrong? Don't say nothing. But I tell you what I find interesting, and listen to me carefully before I check out of here. With what I just read tonight off of Allison's page, all that finger pointing Miss Nala Birds was doing to this one, and this one. How are all of you all going to meet up in a room at Allison's services? Did you hear that? All of you all pointing fingers at who did what, didn't do what. Amber, are you going to Allison's services? Because now they've made you out to be public enemy number one. How's that going to work? I'm just saying. Are you going to feel comfortable going in there to Allie's services? If indeed they're public, will they tell somebody to watch the door to who to let in and not let in? Because that has happened too at funerals. I got a funky feeling this is not going to fare well. I got a real funky feeling that this is not the end. That there is no peace in the valley pertaining to Allie Harris for now. That when it's time to have the services, it's probably going to be some smoke in the city. Sadly. That's the feeling I'm getting just from reading the Facebook post today during this live stream. As I said, feel free to go back to my live and I read it out to you. It's about to probably be a jump off, because now that everybody's throwing Amber under the bus, will they allow her to see Allison? Even if she's cremated, but just, pay her respects. Number one. What's going to happen to Allie's things, the apartment, whatever happened to that? Did she leave life insurance? Who's the beneficiary? Any of the children? All the children? Will everybody divide the money up properly? Who will be the one to divide the money? So you got to think about all that stuff. And will Andrew come down to pay his respects to Allison Ulani Harris? And will the grift continue? Thank you so much for following this network. God bless all of you. You all have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm. If you can do something kind for somebody that's homeless, give them a hat, glove, scarf, coat, because it's freezing outside. And sadly, somebody out there doesn't have somewhere to sleep tonight. So that should give you pause of a reason to be thankful that you're snug in your cozy little home, trailer, condo, apartment, shed, van, wherever you are. You got some heat. Somebody doesn't have that tonight. So that's all I was trying to tell people after listening to all this type of nonsense. Look around at what you have. May not be much. And say, I am thankful. I'm thankful I'm inside. I'm not outside. I'm thankful for life. And I'm also thankful I don't have these people's problems. Amen. Good night. You've been listening to the Vault XL. Thank you, Kat.